What is going on, everybody? Appreciate everyone that's going to stop by tonight, man. Back again with another live stream, Sixers edition. Tonight we got a special one, man. We got one of my guys up in here. Been trying to get on this for a minute. He's been out of the game for a little while. But first off, I go by RB. Philly take with RB. I'm going to let my guy introduce himself.
What's good? What's good? What's good? DJ Eastwood running back. It's been a minute.
Yeah, man.
Took a hiatus.
It's been a long time since you've been up on here making some Sixers content, but hey, let me tell you, the people have missed you. The people miss you, and they want to see you get back into action. First off, let's see who's up in the chat already. I see you guys have been commenting for a little while already. Let's see. Colin O'Leary, what is going on? Gorilla is here. 4 a.m. live stream. I'm in. What's going on, man? What's going on?
4 a.m. Damn.
Yeah, man. We get all types of people in here. It does not matter. You know, they're from I've had people in here from Australia coming in to tune in at 1, 2 in the morning. But it's crazy, man. What's going on, BPY? Bills for life. Camo Wolf. Is anyone here? Yeah, we're up in here. We are up in here. Brokey. Pete Bodman, what is going on, fellas? What is going on? 901, yeah, we're up in here.
Brand burner. DJ Eastwood is back. I am back.
Hey, read my DM. Hey, we got 30 people up in here already. What's going on, fellas? DJ Eastwood's back in the building. He's dang right. What's going on, LeBron Riser? Brand burner. I love this dude because I love his picture, man. You see Brett up in there?
Who are we talking about?
Brand burner. Brett
Brown.
What's going on, Brand?
Oh yeah.
What's going on? Colin O'Leary, 9 o'clock p.m. What is going on? I Shine 101. What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Carapool, the moderator? That's up in every chat. What is going on? Bills for Life says go Sixers. Would you rather start Nelson Aguilar or Raul Neto? That's actually my guy Eastwood's favorite player on the Sixers, Raul Neto.
If I see that dude in a summer league, I mean in a restart game, I'm gonna be so. The first video is gonna be angry.
Hey man, we're gonna get into a bunch of Sixers talk. We're gonna talk Brett Brown, Ben Simmons, the Sixers restart, playoffs, a whole bunch of it. But let's see who's up in here still. Ethan Wenger, what is going on, my guy? What is going on? Rick Bennett, one of my OGs, up in here. Sixers universe. I think Aguilar would be a better point guard than Raul Neto. There you go. Starting it off with a bold take. Philly Girl, a good content creator. If you guys haven't checked her out, go ahead. What's going on, Philly Girl? Appreciate you being up in here.
Philly Girl.
Feed.
I'm going to have to check her out.
Yeah, definitely check her out. She's on the come up for sure. Amari Ellis, two goats. I like it. I think we're going to stop it there and we're going to get into some Sixers talk. But, hey, we got 35 people up in here watching already. If you guys have not yet, smash the like button. We are broadcasting on 2 different channels. We can see all the comments. We're going to try to get to all of them, get some good Sixers talk in. But first off, I've been up on here for a couple of weeks. My guy Eastwood, like he said, has been on a hiatus. I want to get your thoughts, man. Let me get your thoughts on the NBA coming back. Do you think they'll actually play? I mean, we've seen everything going on lately. Do you think they'll play? And if so, what will the atmosphere be like of these basketball games?
Oh, my God. Awkward. It's going to be mad awkward. I mean, I think there's enough money at stake that they're going to make it happen no matter what.
Yeah. But
I saw a picture of the courts, all the courts in the Disneyland hotel. It looks like the part of 2K where you like bet money, where it's like 5,000 VC hanging above the court. There's like carpet.
The ante up court.
Yeah, the ante up court. That's what it reminded me of. How do you walk off a basketball court and there's carpet?
Hey,
dude,
man.
It looks weird.
It's gonna be weird. I mean, nonetheless, it's gonna be a weird environment, and I think a lot of teams are really gonna struggle just getting back into the groove. I mean, we've never really seen a season just cut short and then they have to resume months later. It's weird.
Yeah, super weird. Yeah,
Puff
I don't know.
Radio.
It's just weird. I think they're going to start early, though. They said that there's going to be like 6 scrimmage games.
Think so,
before
yeah.
they start.
Yeah. I mean, I know the Sixers are scheduled. Well, every team's going to play 8 games, but I think the Sixers' first game is on August 1st. But I'm sure they have to have something, leading up.
Yeah, they have 6 scrimmage games, July 22nd to the 28th or something like that.
It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. Puff on the radio. What's up, fellas? Just waiting for Eastwood to talk about Brett Brown and Average Al. There you go. Hey, man.
I actually like Al Horford. I just hate Al Horford next to Joel Embiid.
There you go.
I
Bar
can't stand it.
Hey, man, it's painful. Me and you both know best, man. I mean, we got a lot to talk about. Barn 5 was going on. The real Nick James with BPY watching your stream was going on, bro. Dav Shin just says Neto. That's it. Neto.
Man, it's funny how many people, like I just get on YouTube and get out my frustrations. It's funny how many people don't forget anything.
Oh, no. Back like we never left. Back like we never left, man. And More Lustig says, I would start Godman, Omri, Kasipi, and not Neto. There you go. Ethan Simon, best duo. Yeah. I've been trying to get my guy Eastwood up on here for a while now. I mean, amazing content creator. I mean, I started off really just watching the first videos of this guy. And, he's a big inspiration, man. I love his energy. I mean, just as a fan, even though I'm a content creator, I love watching this guy react to the Sixers, to post games. It's amazing.
Yeah, man, I was always like that. And, if you're not talking to people that feel the same way as you, you sound crazy. You know what I mean? So if you're just in your living room talking to your family or whatever, so I'm like, I'm going to get on YouTube and talk to people that maybe care about it as much as I do.
Yeah, and your channel absolutely took off. It absolutely took off. Murph the Kenzo, my guy, says, what's going on, Murph? What is going on? Hit the like button, friends. Yeah, 41 people up in here right now. Guys, if you have not yet, smash the like button. Subscribe to both our channels.
Right now.
You want the best Sixers content, you got it right here. Us two are going to go off on this stream. We're going to talk a whole bunch of topics, man. A lot of love for DJ Eastwood. But here's a good question. I mean, this is kind of what I wanted to transition into. How do you guys think the Sixers will do upon returning? Eastwood, I'm going to let you go ahead and answer that first.
I think, I almost made a video on it the other day because it was like they were one of the only teams that didn't have any coronavirus cases. And I'm like, wouldn't that be the perfect way for this awkward team to win a championship? Is for like the world gets shut down by a virus, then the NBA struggles to come back, then like players drop out left and right, and the Sixers don't have any COVID viruses, and we just walk to the NBA championship, dude.
Imagine that,
and then it wouldn't count. Everybody would always say that's.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good question, and I, to your point, first off, I do think the Sixers are going to do good. I could see us winning at least 6 of the 8 games when we return. I don't think we play really any hard teams. Like we might have a game or 2 here and there, but overall, I think we'll be okay. I think guys are going to get into their rhythm, but to that point about the championship, what do you think? Like, do you think there will be an asterisk next to whoever wins this championship? Will it be remembered as that year?
Yeah, that's what's going to suck about it. And I feel like it would just be our luck to win this championship and then forever have it be the coronavirus championship or whatever people are going to call it. Like, oh, it wasn't a real season. It got stopped early and started again. You know what I mean? We would never hear the end of it.
It would be unbelievable watching, Joel Embiid carry Brett Brown on his shoulders, in Orlando. It'd be nuts. It'd be nuts.
But I'm just hype. Even if it's going to look like a summer league game and there's no fans or whatever, I'm just thinking about watching another Sixers game after 3 months of, I can't even, bro, I swear to God, I can't almost function without sports.
Yeah, it's been very hard. It's been a weird time in life. I'll say that to say the least. LeBron says, Sixers are my second favorite team. Pete Bodman, we can't afford to have Brett Brown as the head coach. Hey, if you need someone to talk about Brett Brown, it's us two right here. I mean, you go back and look at the tapes. I mean, we absolutely kept it real every single game, and we tell how it is, man. We tell how it is. DJ Eastwood equals GOAT. There you go.
All right. Thank you.
NBA will not return. Interesting. I hope in better shape. Did you see the press conference today? I'm actually going to do a video on it tomorrow, but Embiid's looking slimmed down a little bit. He's looking a little
I just started to watch it a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
He does look slimmed down. And that
Yeah.
was a big thing because when he was at Kansas, he was like, dude, he looked like he was maybe 220.
Yeah.
And then I remember that second year when he was rehabbing his foot, he came out and he was like jacked up. And we were like, oh my God, this dude's like the size of Shaq, bro. He's going to dominate.
Yeah.
We didn't realize like that means he's slower and like has less energy and all this. So maybe he's better at the 220 something.
Yeah. Hey man, I hope he slimmed down. I mean, they said he was working out 6 times a week, but sports will save the world. There you go, Murph. I mean, I think at this point they have to. They have to.
Yes.
Ben Simmons got a lot stronger and faster. Yeah, he bulked up too. He bulked up.
If he's faster, that's scary because he's already one of the fastest 6'10" people I've ever seen.
Yeah, man, he's bulked up. A lot of people are talking about moving him to the 4 now, going into the future. That's something I want to get your opinion later on, though. We've been talking a lot about that.
Yeah, I definitely beat a dead horse with that. Plenty of videos.
Yep. Sixers Universe says, yeah, the Sixers are going to play the Grizzlies and the Mavericks, I think. Yeah, I have the schedule up here. I mean, the hardest team we play is the Toronto Raptors, honestly. And then after that, I'd say the Houston Rockets. We play the Pacers. Oladipo's not playing. We play the Magic, the Portland, Washington. No one crazy on that schedule. What's going on, Bashir Randall, another content creator on the come up? Appreciate you for stopping by. What is going on, fellas? Do you think the Sixers can beat the Celtics in the playoffs? Hey, we're going to talk about this in just a few minutes, about who we would want to play in the first round, because I've had some good debates on this. Definitely want to get your opinion on that. But let's get to some more of these comments, man. Joel Cito, 24, says, sup, what's going on, man? Sean, I noticed Simmons look stronger. Yeah, man. He's bulked up. Derek, hey, RB, thanks for being on my stream earlier.
DJ.
With 36 likes. Brought a few
Shout
guys
out to the beard comments. Thank you very much.
Hey, man, it's been a while. You've been quarantined with that beard, huh?
Yeah. I actually trim it a lot. It would be maybe I should let it go.
I like it, man. I like it. But Derek, appreciate you for being up in here, my guy. Always willing to collab with you, man. Ethan Wenger, Mario Shayok over Howell Neto. There you go. Sixers Universe is because the dude isn't even an NBA level athlete, let alone talent. Neto should honestly be out of the league.
Woo. Man. What was that game where he dropped like 19 in the first half? And I was like, there's no way this is happening.
Hey, man, he was hitting threes. I think he had a couple threes. I mean, he's pulling up off the dribbles, knocking it down. It's crazy.
It was like a different guy.
Martin Santiago says, Beastwood RB greater than Broads and that other dude. Hey, man.
Oh, shots fired.
We got some. We've been trying to get Broads up on here, man. But hey, is he ready for the Brett talk? Is he ready? Is he ready? That's a good question.
I try to debate him. He always wants to debate via text message. I'm like, bro, come on, let's go on YouTube, and he won't do it.
Man, if we get that round table working, it'd be unbelievable. Krista Mayo, what's going on? Run it back equals GOAT. Bro, he can't wait for another Brett Brown stream. There you go. I mean, sums it up pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think Brokoff will actually do anything? How about you, Eastwood? I don't.
I don't know. Like, I honestly never heard of the guy's name before, and I felt like, wait, how do people even know who this guy is? But then I watched his highlights, and I'm like, yep. I mean, I don't know. He's catch and shoot, but
yeah, he's big and slow.
Hold on, I gotta come right back.
All good. Yeah, but guys, the one game that Brokoff actually did good was against the Sixers. So Sixers Universe says, let me start off with a hot take. You guys know we love the hot takes up in here. It says, if we lose to the Pacers with Brogdon having contracted and Oladipo opting out, that would be the final straw. Very good point. Very good point. Brett Brown rants never get old. You already know, Brand Burner. You already know, man. That's what we do. That's what we do. I mean, we just speak the truth.
Life, man. Kids, dog.
Okay. Understandable, my guy. More Lustig says Brokoff will be a bench warmer, not more than that. Yeah. I don't see this guy playing major minutes. I really don't. I mean, I just think he's not in. I mean, there's people want to point to the fact that he's shooting over 40%, but the dude averaged 10 minutes a game, 4 points a game, and he was cut mid-season. I mean, but don't leave it out to Brett Brown. Don't leave it out to Brett to play him.
That's true. I'm guessing he's probably a horrendous defender.
Yeah. I mean, he's really is just a catch and shoot guy. I don't see him doing much more than that.
No.
Sixers universe, Pacers without either player is a freaky lottery team and talent. You have no business whatsoever losing to that team. Yeah, man. I definitely agree. We're not finishing with a better record than Oladipo sitting out. Yeah, I don't see the Pacers doing anything. They really have, with him and Brogdon out, they kind of have eliminated themselves really from contending, in my opinion. But
so Oladipo opted out of the thing?
Yeah, he's not playing. He's not playing.
Okay.
And Brogdon had contracted the virus, so he's not playing either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that team's done. Wow.
Hey, we got 52 people up in here. You guys are blowing up the chat right now. I'm going to try to get to every single comment. If I don't see your comment, just go ahead and comment again. But we're loving this, man. Let us know if you guys.
LeBron Riser. The Lakers have a badass team this year. They just signed J.R. Smith.
Hey, they bring some crazy takes up in this chat. I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
I saw somebody posted on Twitter the other day, like J.R. Smith highlights from like 2008, and was like, "Y'all sleeping on J.R. Smith?" I'm like, "No, we're not." That was 12 years ago.
I think it was yesterday on Twitter. I saw someone say that Anthony Bennett was a problem in his prime, and I just I
think that was a troll. That had to be a troll because it showed like his one good game.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Y'all should do this regularly, says Ethan Simon. Yeah, man, I've been doing these Sixers streams every week. I'd love to have my guy DJ Eastwood up on here every single week, especially until the season comes back. It definitely.
I got too much going on in my life. It's hard for me to even find time.
Yeah, man.
But I can make it happen. We can pick a certain night or whatever, and I can make it happen at least like once a week.
Yeah, definitely. Sixers Universe says, "Oh God, the Philly trolls back." Yeah, this dude came in my chat the other night. He made an account for every Philadelphia team, and he just comes in here spamming. What's going on, man?
Wow. Bryant Lynn, what's good, my boy? He hits me up on Instagram sometimes.
Definitely. I'm trying to get to these comments. They are coming quick and fast, man. We got a lot of people up in here. Team that
52 people were famous.
Hey, man, best reporting on the Sixers right here. Team that'll win the 2020 chip forever will be called the 19 championship. Yeah. Let's see.
COVID-19 championship. Yep, that's what it's going to be. We're going to have T-shirts and everything.
Yep. Philadelphia Eagles says, "What up, boys? Philly sports breakdown. What do you think about Deshaun Jackson?" I dropped a video on this a little while ago. Definitely go ahead and check that out. Yeah,
see, man, this kind of stuff, I don't even know what to say about it. That's just,
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
I read it. I read what he put. Well, the picture that he posted, and I read the words like 6 different times. And I kind of understood what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
But it's still Adolf Hitler. You just kind of can't quote that guy ever.
Yeah. I understand the message of what he was trying to say, but it's just how he went about it. And you have to think ahead sometimes, really. You just have to think ahead.
I think celebrities get caught up. They just get caught up like, this is my Instagram story. Like anybody else, any average Joe's Instagram story. Like, no, it's not. Like one wrong move in your Instagram stories on ESPN.
Yep.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
DJ Beer Game on a milli. There you go. Murph the Kenza. What's up? How you guys doing? What's going on? Caleb Tresky, another Sixers OG up in here, man. How you doing, man? What's going on? Beat me to it, guys. What's going on, Aaliyah Davis? Appreciate you being up in here. Let's see. I've been wanting Kansas Embiid really ever since he was drafted. And if Embiid can run in transition and be part of the Sixers attack in those situations, that would benefit.
Oh, absolutely, man. Plus, even defensively getting up and down the court from end to end. I mean, he already does it pretty well for how big and slow he is. He adds a little bit of speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see that most recent video of him working on that one-handed jumper from like 10 feet out. People make fun of it, but you got to improve the inside out. That's what you sent me today.
Yeah, it is. Because somebody tagged me in, and I was like, he's never shooting that shot in a game. Not a single time. You're never going to see that shot.
Let me just ask you, yes or no question. Is there a chance that Ben Simmons shoots a jump shot when we return?
A jump shot? I mean, like buzzer beater, end of the shot clock kind of thing. I just accepted it at this point. It's been like 3 years now. I've just accepted it. He's big, fast. He can pass the ball. He can play defense. He's going to get dunks. I don't even care if he shoots the ball anymore. I don't.
There you go. Scrimmages don't count towards official 8. Yep. We need to fire Brett if we don't win the chip. I'm sorry. Hey, I think we need to get rid of him anyway, but we're going to get into that for sure. Don't we have the second easiest schedule? Yeah, we have an easy schedule. I'm telling you guys, I could see us winning at least 6 of the games. Ben Simmons going to finally show his shot this playoffs when defense starts to back off him and dare him to shoot. I feel like he will this time around. I don't know, man. I mean,
think so. You think so?
Look, I don't know. I just have a feeling he's not going to, and we're going to be stuck in the same predicament that we were. I mean, last year, he needs to shoot the ball. There's no other way to put it.
Absolutely. Oh, you said you don't think he's going to shoot the ball.
I don't think he is. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I wish he would. It's like one of my biggest dreams in life at this point is for Ben Simmons to just pull up from the top of the key and let it fly. But
Sixers over Celtics. Our point guard is taller than their center. There you go. That's baby food for Joel Embiid. Rye Deuces, what's up, my guy? What's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here. Joel Hishima, hey guys, I'm a new Sixers fan. I used to be a Pistons fan, so you switched over from the Pistons to the Sixers. Interesting. Interesting. Hi guys, from Ben Simmons' home country, Australia. Can't wait for the NBA to start. What's going on, Rich Buchanan? Appreciate you being up in here, man. 60 people up in the chat, guys. Smash the like button on both channels.
Yeah. Shout out to Australia.
Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to everyone in the chat, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe, man. Let's see. A lot of comments coming in here, guys. I'm going to have to skip some of these, but hey, if I don't hit it, go ahead and comment again. Big Moose says him shooting would create so much spacing and literally unlock the team's offensive potential. Please shoot the ball. Yeah, I can't harp it anymore myself.
It would. And he can beat people off the dribble even as big as he is. So if he could just make people come out to that three-point line, it's over.
Yeah, I've gone on record saying it in a few years. If he starts shooting the ball, I mean, he could be a top 5 player in the league. Really, just put like that.
Some of those summer videos of his like step back threes and like, I mean, that's like a 6'10" James Harden. It's like almost too good to be true, and it might be too good to be true. But
yeah, and when you look at how much he improved his defense this year, I mean, really, he's an all-around player. He can be a point forward in my eyes, to be honest. He just needs to shoot the ball. We're not asking for him to make 6 threes a game, but you got to shoot the ball.
Yeah, shoot 25%. I don't care.
Yep. Colin says, let's not forget about my guy Furkan Korkmaz. There you go. What you thinking about Furkan?
Furkan Korkmaz. On one day, off the next.
There you go. Consistent.
What did I call him? The Turkish trigger? I think I called him the Turkish trigger.
Something like that. Jesse says, I still can't believe that Brown took Neto over Burke. Yeah, you're telling me, Jesse. You're telling me.
I forgot all about Trey Burke. Oh, my goodness.
Joel Cito 24. Yeah, Trey Burke actually just got signed to the Mavericks, too. He was a free agent. And we went for Ryan.
One game alongside Ben Simmons. Ben had 34 points and sat out the fourth quarter. And he had 26 points, 10 assists. And then just hardly ever played again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's your thoughts, fellas, on Brett actually using Glenn Robinson III and Alec Burks? I think they need to be utilized in the playoff rotation. I do.
I started to love Alec Burks off the pick and roll. He was really getting in a groove in some of those games. Glenn Robinson III was like hit or miss for me. He's more of, to me, like just a guy come off the bench and try to make hustle plays, get some buckets. But I like Burks on the pick and roll.
Drummer Boy says, what's up, guys? My 2 favorite Sixers YouTubers. Appreciate it, Drummer Boy. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Philly Talk Podcast up in here says, yo, good to see you back, Eastwood.
Yo, Philly Mike. What's up?
What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you being up in here, bro. Definitely got to get you up on here soon with us. Sincere Blue says, we need a more in-control head coach. I think that's a good point. These guys got to believe in the system, you know?
Yeah, I think the players started disbelieving in Brett Brown like majorly this season. I don't even think they take him serious anymore.
No, they don't. Let's see. Would you rather stay as a 6th seed or move up? Well, I guess that'll start off. Everybody's asking about it. And what I want to know from you, DJ Eastwood, is in the first round, what is your dream scenario? Like, what team do you want to play out of? I mean, it's probably going to end up being the Boston Celtics or the Miami Heat, in my opinion. I mean, it could potentially be the Pacers, but I could probably see either Boston or Miami. So who would you rather play in the first round? Keep in mind, well, I'll let you go ahead. Just which would you rather play out of Boston and Miami in the first round?
Miami, easily.
You said Miami?
Yeah, Miami. I think they're overrated every year.
I agree with you, but a lot of people tend to say Boston, and I think both would be good matchups for the Sixers, but Miami just has a lot of inexperience. They do. And we could dominate those matchups.
And they live and die by the 3. And when it comes down to the playoffs, teams that get out-rebounded usually lose the game. Teams that get out-defended usually lose the game. Once they start, having games where their 3-pointers off, they don't have anything else. It's just a bunch of 3-point shooters.
Yeah, I agree, and that's my point. Like, too, given this whole star coming back, a lot of people have said it could benefit the Sixers because people aren't expected to shoot as well right away, have that team chemistry going, be moving the ball around. So it could benefit a team like the Sixers, and for Miami, especially with those guys being young, who knows what's going to happen. But, I mean, I think either one would be a good matchup. I'm just scared. I'll tell you straight up. I am scared of Brad Stevens. What he would do to Ben Simmons and Al Horford, I mean, man.
Yeah.
But let us know in the chat, guys, who would you rather play in the first round, Boston or Miami? I've gone on record, Eastwood, and said this. A lot of people don't agree with me. The one team in the playoffs that I do not want to play is the Toronto Raptors, even without Kawhi Leonard. That system that Nick Nurse has, they are just like, they're just all over you. They are all over you. And he's coached them up above 50 wins, which is a reason why I say coaching does matter in the NBA. But
it does. If you really think about, they always have a deep bench, and it never really matters who the guys are. They're always like, who's the little point guard that blew up kind of this year that was coming off the bench for the Raptors? Lowry's backup point guard. I forget his name.
Fred
Van Vliet. Yeah. We never get a Van Vliet kind of guy in Philly. We never get a guy that started coming off the bench and turns into like this, starts lighting it up.
Yeah.
So that has to be coaching to me. He finds talent and knows how to work them in, knows how to make them comfortable.
It's crazy the fact that, they lose Kawhi Leonard, right? We were clowning the Raptors and the Heat at the beginning of the season. Oh, Miami will be an 8 seed at best. Jimmy Butler left. And I mean, look what happened. The Raptors have won 55 or 50 games, 48 games, something like that. I mean, look, man, there's not much else I could say to this question.
A lot of that, it's consistency, and they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. They don't get upset a lot. So if you beat the teams that you're better than, you're going to have 50-some wins. We lose a lot of games that we should win.
Yep. To this question, I would say Doc Rivers by far. Let's see. If Shake can earn consistent minutes, he will produce. TJ McConnell about to average 40 and lead the Pacers to a championship. Don't at me. There you go.
Coronavirus championship.
Oh, man. Horford better off the bench.
TJ McConnell lights us up somehow.
Man, I could see it happen. I could see it happening. Let's see. Imagine Thibault locking down Butler. There you go. Matisse needs to be playing very sufficient minutes, man. Let's see.
Yeah, you got to just give him minutes.
Yeah. Got to skip a couple of these comments. I mean, they're coming crazy. We got 70 people up in the chat, guys. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe. You got some crazy Sixers YouTubers up in here, man. I'm telling you.
That's what makes me nervous about Brett Brown, too, is that he's scared to play young guys in the playoffs. And as soon as they make a mistake, he benches them for the rest of the year.
It makes no sense, man. Jeez, you guys are having a war in the chat, man. Ben's a natural power forward. The whole shot thing goes away if we put him there and let him attack off the roll with guards like Milton and Burks. Even Thibault has shown some nice passing in a pick and roll. There you go.
See, I can't see the comments on the side. Mine's like frozen on the side for some reason.
On the right?
If I go back. Yeah.
Can you move up or down?
Oh, now I'm back.
Gotcha.
Right, I got it.
Yeah, the comments, guys, I'm trying to get to all these, but they're coming absolutely crazy right now. I mean, we're like 10 minutes behind.
Eastwood is alive, he said. Yep. I'm alive.
Ben will probably shoot since there will be no pressure. Fans. That is a good point. That's actually what I want to get to, but I want to.
Excellent point. I didn't even think of that.
Let me see.
He might treat it like those summer open gyms and just start shooting the ball. You might be right.
Yeah. American Tar Macker says, I'm so happy the NBA is starting. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, we're right there with you. Lucas, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being up in here. Ike says, Ben Simmons is shooting the basketball with the wrong hand. He's more comfortable doing things right-handed. Interesting take right there.
I don't think it's totally wrong.
If you guys could choose any head coach in the league to replace Brett, who would it be? Hey, I'm going to definitely make a video on this soon, my guy. I'm telling you. Just wait on it. I got a couple names in mind.
Yeah, I got a couple names in mind too.
Interesting. Biggest X factor for us in the playoffs. You got one guy who could be the X factor off the top of your head?
For us?
Yeah.
Matisse Thybulle, defensively.
I was thinking the same thing. Him or Shake Milton.
He's going to harass teams every game.
Yep. I feel like we need a hard-nosed coach who's going to be in his face about shooting the ball like a Tibbs or Mark Jackson. I couldn't agree more. Absolutely,
man. He's treated him like a celebrity since he was drafted. Like he doesn't want to say anything mean to him.
Yep. Oh man, dang. These comments are coming crazy. Let's be honest, Ben's jumper is nice. I'm telling you, I've been telling you guys, right? He has a jump shot. I've seen him every game knocking 5 down from the corner, man.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes should pay running back $100 million of that recent contract to have his beard. There you go. Let's see.
I'll take $100,000. Take $100, honestly.
There you go. How about 500 million? Ben Simmons is depressing. Get me a player with some nuts. There you go. Let's see.
Somebody I was talking to today said that Patrick Mahomes' contract is the longest ever, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember Donovan McNabb 12-year contract, and they're like, no Donovan McNabb, and I'm like, bro, don't test my knowledge.
Hey,
Googled it up.
Yeah,
12 years.
Right. Yep.
He only made it like 4, but.
Philly native, what is going on, man? Appreciate you being up in here. Sixers universe, I want to talk about my latest pet grieve when it comes to Brett. Dude had a press conference and talked about Sixers needing to work on their defense.
Good Lord. Was that recent?
Gosh. Yeah, he said a couple days ago, and he did. I've been meaning to do a video on that, but it's been busy. But, I mean, some of the things, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. People showing some love to DJ Eastwood up in here, man. Hey, show him some love in the chat.
Yeah, I got to get back into it. I haven't been paying attention to much, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Miami are super overrated. Let's sweep Jimmy and the Heat. Let's see.
Love it.
My guy, 4 for 4 Philly fan. What's going on, my guy? Sorry, I'm just late playing some ball. Listen to the stream. Hey, if you guys have not checked him out yet, been streaming with him a lot. We got to get a round table, us, Philly fan, Philly Mike, all of us up in here that talk Sixers. Got a lot going on. Appreciate my guy being up in here, though. Definitely go show him some love. Let's see. We were too cheap to pay Jimmy. I just think, honestly, I mean, we heard the whole interview and stuff. They kind of ran him out a little bit, to be honest.
I think he hated Brett Brown.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you heard the interview.
He basically did.
The guy literally said there were times where they had, practice watching film or whatever, and it was just silent. Like, just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, when that all came out on that JJ Redick podcast, he basically spilled the beans. He wanted nothing to do with playing for Brett Brown.
Yep. Either way, I miss Butler on the Sixers. I feel you, man. Miami's so underrated. They're like, oh, Bam, you're so good. Such an overrated player. Butler, of course, is good, but that's it. Both bad against us, but the Heat are worse. Yeah. Look, man, I'm telling you, even though Joel Embiid would absolutely eat up the Celtics, I mean, me personally, when I watch the Sixers play the Celtics, it's just the way, Embiid's in the post, he puts down the ball, and Brad Stevens sends two right behind him. He gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons, I mean, we saw the playoff series a couple years ago. He's not much different, despite the fact he's a better defender. And now we have less shooting. That is the problem. And I've been talking about this. We do not have a consistent shooter. Who's going to knock down threes? Who?
Nope.
I will play Miami so we could play the Bucks because Toronto scares me. Toronto fears me. I'd rather play the Bucks than Toronto. I would. And it might be a bold take, but
I'd rather play the Bucks than Toronto too, probably. If we could shoot. If we could shoot like that Christmas Day game, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I'd rather face Miami over Boston. There you go. Shake Milton's going to be our secret weapon. Nick Nurse is the best coach. Yeah. He's unbelievable. Let's see.
Yeah, Nick Nurse is up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy what he was able to do as a rookie head coach. I mean, they fired the head coach of the year and promoted Nick Nurse.
He won coach of the year and got fired.
Crazy. Let's see. Miami are a nightmare matchup for the Sixers, in my opinion. Only reason the Celtics would beat y'all is because of Al shutting down Embiid. Miami can easily slip by y'all. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Miami easily?
Yeah. I don't want to play Boston in the first round because they know how to make Simmons a non-factor offensively. Yeah, exactly. They'll make Embiid do all the scoring and shut everybody else down. And they have four guys who are almost averaging 20 points a game. They're nothing to play with, I'm telling you. And they have some good depth.
Shutting Ben down doesn't seem that. It's not like a big philosophy. It's pretty much just play 10 feet away from the three-point line and don't leave anybody like solo. They play zone, basically.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we could see a lot of, too. Eastwood is alive. There you go. Who's your ideal starting five? Mine is Simmons, Shake, Thibault, Harrison B. Hey, everyone let us know in the chat. I want to get the opinion from my guy, Eastwood. We've been talking about this a lot. And we know Brett, he wants to go down to a 9-man rotation come playoff time. To me, we have to keep at least 10, probably 11 people. Just given the lack of shooting that we have. But if you could tell me a starting five that you think should start in the playoffs, who would it be?
That's actually mine right there. Shake at point guard. I think it's tough. I want Simmons at the 4 so bad, but but I would like a point guard next to Ben Simmons. I think that's the key for Ben Simmons is to have him play point forward and have like a traditional style point guard on the floor at the same time that can also swing the ball, run pick and rolls. He can pick and roll. He can pick and all that stuff. I love that. And Harris should be at the 4 because Al Horford's just in the way down there with Embiid.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think I like that. Shake, Simmons, Thibault, Harris, Embiid. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'll go a little bit different. And I want to make this distinction. What I believe it should be versus what it will be are two different things. All right. I mean, Anyway, I would go with Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Glenn Robinson III, Tobias, and Embiid just to start with. Given the fact that Shake Milton and Thibault are inexperienced, they don't have the playoff experience. I think we would have a good defensive roster, and I would hope that Glenn Robinson could knock down some shots. But I think it would depend game by game. But I'm just not going to start Shake right away. I think him and Thibault should get sufficient minutes, but just not right away. I like the veteran kind of swing to it. But
having them both out there, you're right. They're both inexperienced. To have two inexperienced players starting.
And we need some shooting, but it's like, you put Shake Milton out there, no one else can really shoot. What's Al Horford going to do? Try to knock him down from the corner? It's not going to happen. So, I mean, they're just going to swarm. Right? Remember when Shake had that kind of momentum going, and then they just started to swarm him, and we know what happened. But
he had 39 against the Clippers, and then I think the next night the Lakers put Avery Bradley on his hip, took him out of the game. That dude was stuck to him.
Yep. Let's see. Brett needs to play these younger players, get them some playoff experience. Yeah. Look, my point has been this whole time, and I want to make a video about this tomorrow, but Brett literally said it in the press conference. He has had a fear of playing youth in the playoffs. I've seen it with my own eyes. I am very scared, Eastwood, that he is going to come out and start Al Horford and Joel Embiid next to each other. And there will be nights where Thibault, plays 12 minutes a night, where Shake Milton might play 15 minutes a night. I could realistically see it happen, and it hurts. It really hurts.
There's not many things I've disliked watching more than Al Horford and Embiid in the paint together. It's so bad.
Do you? I mean, I could realistically see it happening, though. Do you agree with me there, or do you think it could happen?
He's stuck in his ways. He always has been. Even the game. Oh man, I'd love to find the video where I reacted to the game where Embiid was out, and instead of playing Horford at the 5, he started Kyle O'Quinn. Bro, I wanted to smash my TV before it even started. I'm like, how is this even possible? No NBA coach into 2020 would ever start Kyle O'Quinn in an NBA game.
I think we got to take this situation with a grain of salt. Simmons is going to be like a whole new offseason's worth of improvement. Yeah, I mean, that is one thing. We are going to be healthy. So I think that is an advantage for the Sixers.
Yeah, definitely. Ben Simmons having 3 months to rehab that back injury.
Yep.
What was Embiid's injury? I forget, honestly. Like, he was banged up a little bit, right?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think it was something with his leg.
Yeah, I forget.
It might have been his knee or something, but I know he went down. Al went down for a certain time. Ben went down, so Shake Milton excites me as a prospect, not only for these playoffs, but beyond. I feel like we got a good guard prospect that just needs time. Yeah, he's going to develop. I think he's going to be good.
I think so, too.
I have a question. What side of the ball is Brett Brown's bread and butter? Is he a defensive-minded coach, or is his specialty more on the offense? I'll let my guy Eastwood answer that first.
Specialty? I guess one might be better than the other, but that doesn't mean either of them are good. I can't say defensively because he leaves players he's always left players just on an island forever and never TJ McConnell, JJ Redick just getting picked on every single play. He just leaves them out there.
I'll tell you, man, if I see Furkan getting toasted in the fourth quarter of a playoff game and he's still out there, I mean, yeah.
I would say offense, but not this year with the construction of the team. I think Brett Brown was okay offensively with different players around Ben Simmons, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. Tobias plays good ball on a great contract. Expect him to step up these playoffs. He's going to have to. Really is going to have to. Let's see.
I hope he does. I just don't know.
Jay Rich is underrated defensive player. Very good. Needs to shoot more. He needs to get that shot down. He has a little wacky form, but I'm telling you, let me ask you this. Do you know what guy is going to be able to come out and hit 3 to 4 threes a night? I don't. Might be here, there. That's the problem. We've watched times where this team is going on 5-minute runs and they can't knock down a shot. That was with JJ Redick. That was with Jimmy Butler. What now?
It's tough. I thought Josh Richardson. I thought Josh would have been a better shooter than he has been so far. I didn't watch a lot of him in Miami, but I always just thought of him as like a little 3-point sniper, and I don't know.
Crazy.
He has games, but it just looks like a struggle. His shots off to the side, and it's like, okay, it went in.
Yep. In your guys' opinion, what was Elton Brand's biggest mistake as GM? That's a good question. I'm going to let you answer that.
Biggest mistake. Easily. The little 3-point shooter we traded to the Clippers.
Shamet?
Yep. Easily. 23 years old, sniper, had a lot of potential, and he was just trying to put all the biggest names on the team he could, and he just traded away young guys that could shoot.
Yep. I loved Shamet. I'm actually going to say his mistake was not only letting Jimmy Butler go, but letting that influence him to rush and panic and pay Tobias a max contract, and then paying Al Horford $100 million. Because I mean, it kind of just messed everything up.
Oh, I forgot all about the Horford contract. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's got to be number one. That might be number one of all time of any GM ever.
but overall, I don't think Elton Brand has done a terrible job. I will say that. I mean, seeing what he did last year, the lineup that we were able to acquire with Jimmy and Tobias, I mean, we had one of the best starting fives in the league last year. I just think they should have gone farther than they did.
Yeah, I don't think he's done a terrible job. I just think he's been focused a little too much on superstars versus like fitting players together.
Yep. Who's our best 3-point shooter? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't, and that's bad that I don't know.
Yeah, Alec Burks maybe. I don't even know.
Maybe Shake Milton. Who knows?
I guess the new guy now. He's only 40% shooter.
Hey man, I like
I forget his name already.
Yeah, Ryan Brokoff. I was making fun of it because his name rhymes with broke shot, but hey man, Heat are able to space the floor with their shooters. It's a valid question if the young guys can hit their shots, but the whole playoff thing loses its intensity with no fans. Good point.
It does. That's going to be a lot different for players, period, to play a game with no fan reaction. It's going to sound weird on TV. Like, what are they going to do? You're going to hear just sneakers squeaking on the floor and like players talking shit to each other.
Yeah, they said they were trying to incorporate like 2K noises into the stands to make it feel realistic.
I was watching a couple soccer games where they did that, and they put like virtual fans in the stands, like it looks like there's fans on TV.
Crazy. We need to stop underestimating Miami. Spoelstra's a top 10 coach, and they did a better job than us on the margins. I don't want to have to play them. He's a good coach. I'm not underestimating him. I just think they have a lot of youth on that team, which we could take advantage. I think the matchups are a little bit better too.
Yeah. I mean, if Jimmy Butler tries, like gives it 100%, I just think Jimmy Butler's good, but he just coasts a lot. But that might be because he's like, 30 plus years old now. Yeah.
This was the perfect team for Jimmy. He had stoppers with him, a franchise big, and no one would trip if he wanted to take over scoring. Yeah, it was perfect. Look, I'm telling you, we did not live up to the potential. We should have won that series last year. Shouldn't have came down to 7 games. And even though it did, we should have won in game 7. I mean, no other way to say it.
That was a very stressful playoff series, man. Every single game came down to the wire. And we were on the wrong end of like most of them.
Yep. Bede, Tobias, Tease, Rich, and Ben. Not bad. Not bad. Shake, Simmons, Rich, Harrison, and Bede.
Yeah, I guess I got to have Richardson starting, just experience-wise.
Yeah.
And then Matisse coming off the bench. I like that.
Oh, man. More Lustig says Al Horford became a step-back shooter this season for some reason. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. The dude is a stretch 4. The dude that they look, here's my problem, DJ. Look, Elton Brand to me could have possibly been ahead of the curve. He could have possibly said, you know what? Now that there's not a team like the Warriors with 3 stars, let's kind of shift the movement. Let's get this big defensive team and win some games defensively. But the problem is we don't play defense. I mean, guys blaze right by Al Horford, no hands.
That's the thing, yeah. He didn't have the wrong idea.
Yeah, and even though you paid Al, right? Okay, I get it. Let's start Al Horford. But after 10, 15 games, it should not take 55 games to realize that Al Horford can't play the power forward. It should not take that long.
That's just 2 people in power that don't want to admit they're wrong. It happens in every aspect of anything. The CEO of a company losing millions of dollars and refusing to change things, like that's just anything. Super important people will never admit that they're wrong, and they have to run it into the ground until it's a dumpster fire before they change it.
Unbelievable.
It's an ego thing. It really is.
Yep. Ben, Shake, Rich, Toby, and Embiid. Embiid, Simmons, Tobias, Jay Rich, and Furkan Korkmaz at shooting guard. There you go. There you go. Area 76. What's going on, bro? Says, love it, guys. Keep this going. Hey, we got 74 people up in here, guys. If you have not yet smashed the like button, hit that subscribe on both channels. We can see we are broadcasting the 2 channels. We can see all the comments. Appreciate everyone up in here. This is a popping stream right now.
Brett had Korkmaz bringing the ball up the floor sometimes. I was so blown away by it. I'm like, this is a catch and shoot player. That's like JJ Redick running point guard suddenly for no reason.
Hey, I like this comment. It says the Pacers rant was epic, but the next comment by Murph. Murph's always bringing the heat. Look at this. My Sixers 5. Billy Mike, RB, Eastwood, Murph, and Chuck Smith. There you go. There you go. It was a shoulder strain. Oh, all right. I got you.
Oh, yeah, and Embiid's was.
Yeah, I can't keep up with all the injuries on this dang team.
Yeah, it was a shoulder strain. I remember that now.
Ben, Josh, Matisse, Tobias, and Joel. I love it. Let's see. And then he had a dislocated finger. Yeah, see, I can't keep up with all these. I can't.
Oh, yeah, it was like sideways. I remember that now. Oh, that was bad.
Oh, man. Only problem with Orlando dome season at all this, we're amazing at home. Yeah, this is a good point. Do you think that being in Orlando is going to help the Sixers more because there won't be fans? So we won't be really on the road, or do you think it will hurt given the fact that we aren't home in front of the Wells Fargo Center?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the second part because I think they fed so much off the home energy.
Yeah.
And maybe players just get so used to that Philly energy, and then they go to another arena and they don't realize like, oh, I'm a little sluggish, or like for whatever reason that we can't shoot on the road at all.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna agree.
I don't know, man. I don't want to get deep, but it's something about positive energy that makes the ball go in the hoop.
Yeah, I agree. And I just think that that the fans at the Wells Fargo, like we were just a completely different team at home. And it's gonna hurt not having the fans. Maybe we'll benefit just from having size, length, and talent, but who knows?
But again, maybe Ben Simmons won't feel as pressured and he'll just shoot the ball.
Yep, good point. He has elite perimeter defenders. Instead of pressuring on defense, we let them drive. Yeah, that is one of my pet peeves. We have all this length, but yet you find guys in these mismatches and they just let guys breeze right by them. There's no reason with Al and Joe in the paint and a guy like Simmons up at the key that a scrub should be blowing by for an easy layup. I don't understand it.
No, I don't know. I think Al Horford defensively, maybe, I don't know if he's ever been great defensively against guards. I never really thought about it. I think he's good at shutting down centers on the block. And then he's got these little guys flying at him, and we all realize, like, oh, crap, this dude can't stop any of these dudes.
Yep. You think Thibault could start at some point? Yeah, I do. And if he starts shooting like he was earlier in the season, I mean, he was one of the best rookie three-point shooters. I mean, he could be an easy starter on my team. I love Thibault.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely shown signs of being able to knock down the three. Just inconsistent because he's young, but.
Yep.
And he showed signs of making good plays with the ball, too. And then other times he kind of just dribbles out of bounds or whatever.
Yeah. I think when Thibault got hurt, I think that his injury kind of took a toll on him because his shot started to look long and it just wasn't going in, honestly. Yeah. That's why Brett just went completely away from him. But even on the defense side of the ball, he was still strong. Eric says it's like Elton Brand gets him a full toolbox and he says, I'll just use a screwdriver and a saw. There you go.
Exactly. No, 3 screwdrivers and 2 saws and stuff them all together.
All because that's not how they're going to guard in the playoffs. Yeah, Brett, not everyone has a 6'10", 6'6", 6'5" guard with a 7'2" wingspan. Yep. Mm-hmm. Didn't Shake tie the NBA record for most consecutive threes? Yeah, he was. He was doing great. He was on a great stretch, but I'm just saying he's young, and he's really our only main consistent shooter that I can expect. So put him in a playoff scenario, they're going to be throwing all types of things at him.
Yeah. That's another thing about this team, man. Calling up players, like, they're reluctant to call up players. And I'm pretty sure Shake only came up because we were so injured we had no guards.
Yeah, I mean, he really wasn't even relevant but a month before this whole thing happened. But it's crazy. And I just we talk about this too much, but like it doesn't make sense. You know, Trey Burke's in there, has a nice 5-game stretch. You don't see him anymore. Howell Neto comes in. It's just stuff like that. I don't understand.
Yeah, there's no. I don't know. I don't understand either.
Adfin04 says, what do you think Tease and Shake's ceilings are? I think, to me, Tease is a 3-and-D, just your typical, 3-and-D guy that will become an all-star caliber player, really.
Yeah, I think Matisse could develop an offensive game and be really good.
Yeah, and Shake's going to be good too. I just need to see a little bit more time with him. But he could be that compliment to Simmons. Like you said.
Bang, wrench gang.
There you go. Wrench gang, stand up. I miss Shamit. Yep, so do we. Let me skip some of these comments. Got a lot coming in here. He's not getting too many minutes with the Clips. I still approve of the concept of Tobias as a basketball player. Yeah, he played completely different with the Clippers before he got traded over. He was handling the ball a lot. Here he has nights where he's unbelievable, but then other nights he's just sitting in the corner. It doesn't make sense.
Well, one coach runs plays and one doesn't.
Yep. There you go.
If you watch his highlights with the Clippers, he's coming off screens, he's coming high lows, double screens, everything. The Sixers, it's just stand around. And then Tobias Harris has to ISO with the ball, and he can't beat anybody off the dribble.
Yep.
And it's over.
Yep, agreed. Scott Lawrence was going on, bro. Says, I'm running late, but better late than never. There you go.
Scotty! My God, that was one of my first subscribers way back in the day.
Yep. He's
Feels
a real
like it was way back in the day.
Sheesh. Guys are coming crazy up in here. Appreciate all the support, the love. We got 70 people up in here, guys. If you have not yet, smash the like button, hit the subscribe on both channels. We're going to be going pretty crazy when these Sixers come back. Let's see. Who do you think the best three-pointer shooter in Sixers history is? I would say Kyle Korver.
Three-point shooter in Sixers history. I think Kyle Korver set the single-season record, like NBA history.
Yeah,
at one
Korver
point.
was the man in his prime.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna go with Korver too, man. A lot of memories from my childhood of Kyle Korver icing games, sending games into triple overtime.
Hey, man. Scott Lawrence says, absolutely great content. Please keep doing these live streams, my friends. You already know, man. Definitely gonna be up on here doing these a lot. Appreciate everyone that's up in here. 10 o'clock at night.
That's true, man. What is it, Tuesday?
Yep. What is it? Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I've been losing track of the day too. Crazy. Opinions of signing Brokoff. We already talked about this. I really don't see him playing much of a role at all in the rotation. I just think the Sixers wanted it to look like, oh, we went and did something, but I can't see this guy coming in to the rotation.
No, I can't really either. I don't know.
Have we seen the last of Zaire Smith? I saw him going out in the G League, but hey, another wasted pick.
Oh, God, that was Brett Brown too. That was when Brett Brown was the interim GM, which is probably the worst thing you could ever do to your sports team. Oh my God, they drafted Mikal Bridges. And that's what they wanted, a young 3-and-D player, and trade him right away for another project. That's unbelievable to me.
I'm still salty about that. To this day, I'm still salty.
And I was like, Zaire Smith, the only highlight I've ever seen is like a 360 alley-oop dunk. And then I looked at his highlights, and I'm like, that's kind of it. He jumps high.
Dude, because I'm a Villanova fan, and I remember watching us, ease our way right into the championship and win it easily. And one of the teams we took out on the way there was Texas Tech, and Zaire Smith was on that team, and we really just shut him down easily. It wasn't even anything crazy. And I just don't know why we traded Mikal Bridges.
I don't know what it is about some of these players that are like super athletic, and NBA coaches think, oh, if I can just teach the guy how to play basketball, he'll be good. No, like I think you learn how to play basketball over the course of your 20 years of life.
Yeah.
You don't just get to the NBA and then learn how to cross over and hit step-back threes.
Oh, my gosh. I agree. Nobody tripping on the Heat. They're a dangerous try-hard team that will fizzle out in 2 rounds. Yeah.
Zaire Smith could be a good NBA player. Don't get me wrong. But that trade, oh God.
Oscar Lou, Ellen Brand trying to get every big man that can stop Embiid. Next thing you know, they're going to sign Gasol. Hey, don't sleep with it. He's going to be a free agent.
At least Gasol can shoot.
20 games in at the most, Horford becomes the primary backup center. Yeah, it does not take rocket science. Us too. I'm sure a lot of you guys are sitting home watching your TVs. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard to see it.
I'm telling you, it's an ego thing, and people get in these high positions and they overcomplicate things. Like, I think probably the best coaches in NBA history break it down to very basic basketball.
They do. It's sickening at this point. Given the talent that we have, a lot of people, even Broad says it, that we need to wait until these guys are in their prime. I don't believe that. I think we have the talent to win a championship. Last year, we win that game 7. We probably win the championship if you think about it. I mean, we go through Milwaukee probably, and we play the Warriors who were banged up, Yeah,
we would have beat the Warriors too with how banged up they were. Yeah, that was it, man. We were one game away from maybe a championship right there.
Yep.
One shot away.
Yep. Crazy. Dang, this is interesting. Simmons at the 3. Interesting.
At least you got a shooter at the 4, then you know.
Why doesn't Ben drop 20 plus every game? I can't stand it when he has 15 a game. I'll tell you why. It's because I've been saying this too in my videos. We don't have the identity. We do not have an identity on this team.
No, we don't. But also, I don't think Ben Simmons really realizes how unstoppable he is. And he just he's kind of soft mentality-wise a lot of the times. And then all of a sudden he'll have this 10-game stretch where he's just dunking on people, driving, scoring 23, 24 points. And it's like, where was that the whole season? And then he says in the postgame, I think I kind of figured it out. Nobody can stop me. I'm like, I said that when you were 17. Nobody can stop you.
That's the thing, though. It's to me, there are guys who have a lot of talent. There are guys who have that drive and everything. But sometimes, to me, I feel like every great athlete has had that one guy, whether it's a trainer, coach, a guy at the professional level, to just get it out of them, just say, this is how you got to do it. And Brett Brown is the opposite of that. I mean, we talk about this too many times, but why is it that we can't play a road game against the Cleveland Cavaliers? I mean, we're losing against the Hawks. We're making it interesting. We lose to the Warriors, the G League Warriors, but we can play up the standard against a big primetime team, I just get it.
It's all about the players playing lackluster when they play a bad team. The coach doesn't get them ready to go.
Brand Burner says, I feel like in Brett's defensive system, we leave guys wide open and aren't aggressive against PNRs. This is my number one pet peeve with the Sixers. I feel like I watch the same thing every single game. Pick and roll, mid-range. What do? Al Horford sits back.
Yep, sits back.
I mean, every game. I mean, guys live off us at near the free throw line. Just jumper after jumper. It's ridiculous. Sheesh.
Yeah, we go behind screens all game long, all season long. We go behind the pick and roll screen.
Man.
Never change it.
More Lustig. That was a nice hour. Sixers talk. 5 a.m. now in Israel. Good night. Appreciate you, man.
Good night, my man.
Let's see.
Shout out to NBA fans in Israel. That's awesome.
It's crazy, man. Hey, and we're an hour into this. We still got 66 people up in here. Appreciate everyone up in here. Let's keep talking some Sixers.
Oh, yeah.
Al's a weird player, an old school big, not going to be a shot blocker. Lacks explosiveness now in his mid-30s. Especially sagging is worse, and BB even agreed. Yeah, but nothing happens.
But how do you sign that a 30-plus-year-old player to $100 million?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that the reason we signed Tobias to the max is because if he would have let Tobias go after letting Jimmy go, the city would have erupted. We would have been back in the same situation. So he panicked. Yeah. So I get it. But the Al thing, to sign him for that much, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Crazy. Camo Wolf with the CD Lamb picture. Oh, man.
Camo Wolf up in here all the time. Cowboys fan. Someone who bangs bodies can also switch onto some stretch fours. Yeah, he just can't be one himself. I pray Elton Brand can somehow trade Horford and get an elite scoring point guard that can create offense, play pick and pop with Embiid. Elton has to make that happen. Yeah, it's going to be hard now, but.
Yeah, I would have loved that. I would have loved that. Even like a CJ McCollum, you know?
Yep. He's been one of my top trade targets. Him. That's realistic given the Blazers. I could see them moving on from him.
I would love to watch that kind of guard play alongside Ben Simmons, man. It would just open up the floor so much.
A guy that we've really been talking about that could really be unbelievable if we could somehow pull it off would be Zach LaVine next to Ben Simmons. I mean, it'd be insane. I like him, McCollum, Buddy Hield. Obviously, he can't put the ball on the floor as much, but knockdown,
Yeah. Anybody that they have to guard, give Ben a little bit of space to work.
Yep. Sixers will win the 1920 NBA championship. There you go. Big take up in here.
Let's do it.
Would you guys prefer Al or Boban as Joel's backup center? I mean, Al Horford all day.
Yeah, you got to go Al Horford over Boban. I mean, everybody loves Boban's personality, but guy can't move.
I mean, do you remember last year when I think it was Boban or Greg Monroe came in for like 1 minute minus 10? Like, man.
Oh, Greg Monroe.
Is Tease better than Covington already? I think he's better. I do.
Yep. I could never stand Robert Covington.
Yeah, I hated him. Who's the biggest threat to Philly? I say Toronto. Yeah, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Camo Wolf. Do you think Norvel Pell will do good in Orlando? Yeah, I don't think he'll make the rotation, though, for the playoffs.
Man, that's another guy that has just so much size and athleticism and cannot play basketball.
Yep.
Can't.
I mean, he's got some games where he blocks like 4 shots, but that's about it,
And the blocks are beautiful.
Yep.
And then he misses a wide open layup. I'm like, bro, you don't even hardly have to jump.
I want to take his mentality and just put it inside Joel Embiid though on defense.
Oh my God, yeah, he doesn't back down from anybody.
Yeah,
I love a good Norvel Pell block.
Yep. Please keep Zaire. He reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. Woo.
Kawhi Leonard. Zaire reminds you of Kawhi Leonard. How?
He runs plays, but runs them infrequently to the point where it doesn't matter. Brett spams horns a lot, but we don't have a lead guard who can attack off the bounce. Good point. Let's see. Does it ever work when someone is coach and GM anymore? Not often, really. No. Go Wildcats.
Not when it's Brett Brown.
Yep. What's going on, Brokey?
Brokey is back.
My guy. Zai hasn't even played most of this year, and I honestly don't think he's in the organization's plans, which is a mistake. Yeah, I mean, a lottery pick, not even in our plans. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is. It is crazy. I mean, at least that's the thing about it. Like, even if he has no offensive game, he can catch and shoot sometimes. You would think he would at least get 5 minutes to see what he can do.
Yep. Who's your 2021 must-have draft pick? Hey, I'm probably do a video on this, but let me just say, we need a big-time shooter. We need a big-time shooter.
Absolutely. A Tyler Hero kind of player would be amazing.
Yep. Who would you want in a Horford trade package? A nice guard would be nice. Someone that can actually help space the floor on this dang team.
Yeah. Either way, dude, I would trade out Horford's contract for nobody right now. If you just want the contract, don't even give us a player. I'm serious. And I like him as a backup center, but not for $100 million.
Yep, I agree. As Jimmy would say during the Reddick podcast, who is in charge? Yeah, exactly. I mean, these guys don't even talk to Brett Brown, even during timeouts. They're talking to the assistant coaches.
You ever see the video where they all get up and walk away, and he's still talking with the clipboard? He wasn't even done yet.
The things that he says too, like I forget the one thing he said this year. It was so funny. It was like during a timeout break or something. It was like about rebounding, I think, or something. It was just it was the funniest thing I ever heard.
Man.
Ben at small forward is another position. I love to put him in the LeBron role. So many places to put him to continue to try to pretend he's a Magic Johnson clone. Yeah, I think Ben could play the 3, be a point forward if he can shoot the dang ball. But
Is he saying that they've been trying to pretend that he's a Magic Johnson clone? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
I think he kind of is a Magic Johnson clone. It's just not the 80s anymore. The game is not. If Ben Simmons played in the 80s, he would be Magic Johnson. He would score 40 a game. He would get 25 rebounds.
Yep. I'm not waiting till Embiid's 40 for Ben to be ready to take over. I completely agree, Eric.
Eric R, man. Eric R is a legend commenter, bro. He's been I'm pretty sure my first YouTube video ever, Eric R was there dropping comments.
Appreciate him, man. This is a good question. And please say the right answer. Who would you rather have to start your franchise? Ben, Zion, or Tatum?
Ben.
Yeah, I'm going Ben all the way. Just with what he's able to do.
Zion, I'm scared of injuries.
Yeah.
I'm scared that his weight, his size is too big for his knees and his legs, and he's just kind of that physical freak. Like, how could somebody 285 move like that? Well, you're gonna see when his knees start.
Yep.
I don't want to wish any ill luck on him.
Yep. What's going on, Bryant? Appreciate you being up in here. Comments aren't coming in anymore. Come on, guys. Need that energy. Hey, keep on coming. 60 people still up in here. Oh, hour 15 up into this thing. Appreciate having my guy on talking some Sixers.
They're still listening to us for some reason.
Hey, they're liking the energy or something. You guys are liking the energy or something. Let's see. AI for CJ. Chris Paul potentially. Interesting. I just think his contract is terrible.
Chris Paul's contract is terrible, yeah, but he's still one of the best point guards in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing with OKC. They've been playing so well.
Yeah.
Length of Simmons, Rich, Embiid. It's absurd that we're not the best team on pick and roll coverage. Yeah, and even on the offensive side of pick and roll, like we never do pick and roll for Ben and Joe. We don't. I don't understand. Or even Al Horford. Like I just don't see enough of it.
Ben and Joe do this little pick and roll, but like inside the paint. You know what I mean? It's like they're both on the block and he sets the screen. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen people screen for each other on the block down there like that. Like maybe that's an offensive scheme that I've never seen before, but I don't know. Yeah, then there's no space for anybody to move. What are we going to go to? Are we going to go 2 hours?
Yeah, we can go 2 hours if you want.
All right, I'm going to get a drink real quick.
Go ahead, my guy. It was Monroe who was -10. Yeah, Monroe. Hey, guys, and I'm like I said, I'm trying to get to all these comments. You guys are coming crazy with the energy here. Still a lot behind, but trying to get to everything. Easy to track how far back he is. Not hard to time it. Yeah. Tease not better than Rocco on offense. Yeah, not yet, but just remember, Tease is a rookie. So, I mean, he showed me a lot of potential at the beginning of the year, but then he got injured. That whole thing happened. So, remember when Ben shoved Markkanen out of the way like he was a toddler shoving away peas? Got to go full on mean face all the time and dominate. There you go, man. There you go. He's got to dominate. Josh Harris buying the Mets. Terrible. They need to sell the team. Woo! Oh, no. I'm not giving up 3 firsts. There is no way. Sorry, brand burner. You're going to have to give me maybe 1 first. I mean, if that. But a damn good backup. Offense per minute is absolutely insane if playing like a zone. Yeah, I liked his game, but he's just too slow, you know? Also cost $26 million less. There you go. Jimmy Hallman, what's going on, bro? Says the only team I'm scared of is Milwaukee. In my opinion, you need a superstar to succeed in the playoffs. Interesting. Let's see.
All right. I'm ready for the second half.
Zaire reminds me of Kawhi's uncle. There you go.
Kawhi's uncle.
CJ McCollum trade. Yeah, I would love CJ. And I could see the Blazers parting with him due to the fact they just can't get it done with him. They can't.
I think they should have parted last year, honestly.
Yep.
If I was them, like, I know you don't want to piss off the fans, but you kind of want to get ahead of the curve if it ain't going to happen.
Yep. Shame, it would have been amazing. Bridges would have been better than Smith. Yep. Absolutely right. Matisse made Zaire an afterthought. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah, he did. Remember when it was like those two? We were like, which one's going to get the minutes? Matisse or Zaire?
I remember people booing the heck out of Matisse on draft night because we all wanted Carson Edwards, who we traded to the Celtics. But if you look at where we're at now, I mean, thank God.
Yeah, we put a lot too much emphasis on college scoring. It's just a different game.
Yep. I'd rather play more experienced GR3, Alec Burks, Mike Scott. Interesting. What do you think about Mike Scott? You think he sees the playoff rotation?
Man, I used to love Mike Scott. He just fell off hard in like a couple months.
Man,
he had some horrendous games there in the last like month or two.
Yep. Crazy, man.
When his three is on, though, I mean.
Yep. That's the thing. We just have a lot of streaky guys. But here's the thing. Here's the key. In the playoffs, Brett, if Furkan comes out of the gate 0 for 6, you can't let him stay on the court. You just can't. I'm tired of seeing that. Or if a guy's getting torched on defense, get him out of there.
He's done that with everybody. Robert Covington would be 0 for 9, and he'd get the game winning look. He's always done that.
Unbelievable.
He's so stubborn.
Unbelievable. I think Milwaukee has a chance to win it all. Yeah, they do. I think a lot of teams do, though. There might be a couple sleepers.
Yeah, Milwaukee definitely has a chance to win it all. This could be the Milwaukee's year. They finally get it done, maybe.
Bridges, like the 10th man on Phoenix, would have been worse to select him. Zaire's this raw athletic kid that, honestly, if we were tanking, he'd be getting time. I mean, yeah, but he's expected to do more now. And Bridges has actually played consistent bench minutes. At least that's something, you know? Oh, man, this one hurts. Imagine if we would have drafted Tatum instead of Fultz. It hurts. It hurts.
Well, yeah, people say that a lot. But here is the thing, though. Let me think about how this goes in order to get it right. So Boston traded us the number 1 pick because they knew we were drafting Markelle Fultz.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so we were always drafting Markelle Fultz. Boston never wanted Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, true. And I think they also wanted Jason Tatum, but they knew that they would be able to get him at 3.
Oh, here's what it is. Markelle Fultz was a consensus number 1, and he was a point guard. And Boston had Isaiah Thomas and what's his name? And they weren't taking a point guard. So they were like, hey, do you want the number 1 pick? Because we're not taking Fultz. And we were like, yeah, we'll take him. Like, It was Fultz all the way, no matter what. I don't think we ever really had a chance at Tatum.
But here's my problem with that. If Ben Simmons is truly your number 1, your point guard, how does that make sense? I mean, he played a whole year before that at the point guard position.
Yeah.
So they
wanted that. They wanted that combo. They wanted that combo guard, that guy that can play the 2, that can play off ball. I was watching, dude. I had the Pac-10 app on my phone. I was watching every Markelle Fultz college game.
Oh my gosh.
Everywhere I was obsessed with him, and he let me down so hard.
I still believe something happened and it was not disclosed. He definitely had some type of injury because I have his Washington jersey. Actually, I actually just gave it away to a friend of mine who likes Markelle Fultz. I'm like, you know what? You can have this jersey. I'm never going to wear it again. It's crazy. I see this man come out in the preseason game against Boston. I remember it clear as day. He shoots a regular jumper and makes it. He comes back a month later and the dude's shooting like. I don't get it.
I was there. I was at that game, the one that he hit the 3 from the corner.
Yeah,
because me and my girlfriend's brother's a huge Sixers guy, and he knows all the shit too. So we're sitting there, and he pointed out, what's his name, the shooting coach that was doing all the Markelle Fultz videos, Drew Hanlon.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, is that Drew Hanlen right there courtside? And I'm like, yo, I think it is. And then Fultz comes out and hits the shot. The whole arena's chanting, thank you, Drew. Like, this guy's fixed his shot. And we thought it was all good. And a month later, it goes back to nothing.
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. And now, I mean, he actually is okay for the Orlando Magic. As soon as he leaves Philly, he's okay. You know, I mean,
well, yeah, because you're once you're not expecting him to play like a number 1 draft pick, then
yeah,
you know. But it's still sad that a number 1 consensus pick is like a okay bench player. But that's sad. It makes me sad. He lost that jumper, and that was it. He could have been amazing.
It's just a Philly thing to happen. It really just is. Like, I don't know.
It's unexplainable. There's so many things that happen in Philadelphia that are unexplainable. Unexplainable.
You believe the rumors of Brett wanting to move up to trade Fultz in a pick for Luka? At the time, there was no true GM, so they took the safe route. I didn't even hear that before, to be honest.
I remember hearing that they wanted Ben Simmons for that pick, and we were like, hell no. And honestly, ooh, I love me some Ben Simmons, but Luka Doncic?
Yep.
Oh, man.
It'd be crazy, man.
I love me some Luka Doncic.
It could have been. I mean, I remember, what was it? Kawhi was drafted like 15th. Giannis was drafted like 15th, I think, somewhere in that range. Crazy. Here's another guy, Jahlil Okafor, another bust for the Sixers.
I mean, it's always fun to, hindsight's 20/20.
Hey,
you hit it, you miss.
Imagine if we would have got D'Angelo Russell in that draft.
I know. Well, we were supposed to.
Yeah, we were.
I remember I was bartending at this bar in my hometown, and we had the draft on. Two crazy things happened while I was working at this bar, okay? Chip Kelly traded Nick Foles and a second-round pick for Sam Bradford. And I'm at work, so I can't, curse and break things. And where the NBA draft is on, I'm waiting for the Lakers to take Jahlil Okafor, and they take D'Angelo Russell, and oh, my God.
Yep.
I'll never forget. Those 2 moments I will never forget.
Unbelievable. It's just the things that happen in Philadelphia. It's just Hinkie started the big man run. Elton completed it. Hey, I was watching this video on Hinkie, man, and just the amount of picks he accumulated is unreal. I mean, Hinkie died for our sins. He really did.
He gave us all the ammo we could possibly want.
and we only hit on a few of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, bro, look, I loaded all the cannons. All you got to do is go fight the war.
Dude, it's crazy. The Golden Warriors, they rebuilt their entire dynasty. They built that in dynasty in 1 or 2 drafts, if you remember. And
2009 Steph Curry, 2010 Klay Thompson. Yep.
Yeah, we had 4 years of loaded picks, and why
couldn't we be why couldn't we be OKC and draft Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant all in a row? We drafted Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel.
It makes no sense.
And Joel Embiid.
We got 3 first-round picks, and we're drafting Furkan Korkmaz, Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot. Oh. It's like Dario Saric didn't even come over right away.
So many of these guys, now that you brought up Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot, so many of these guys show signs of being great. They make plays and hit threes or whatever, and you're like, oh, this guy could. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, he's not good. He's just actually not that good. So I wouldn't want to be a scout because I guess it's just a toss-up.
Terrence
good. No, he stinks.
Am I the one that feels like all the talking heads on national shows falsely believe that Jimmy was more to the Sixers than he truly was?
To the Sixers?
I thought he was everything, really. I miss him.
I liked him as a glue piece and a leader, and I think he was overhyped. I think he's always been overhyped as an offensive threat. He's not out here leading the league in scoring or anything.
But I'll tell you what,
he's that guy.
Finisher. He was the finisher.
And he's that tough guy that just mentality is never going to quit. He's that guy you need on your team. He's not going to give you 35 points. Yeah, but he's that guy.
I think we need a guy
I love Jimmy Butler.
The key to putting everything together is getting Ben Simmons to shoot. Ben Simmons shoots, this team is a title contending team. But I think you can also put a 3-and-D wing in there, a guy that doesn't have to be the number one option, a guy I've mentioned like an Otto Porter from Chicago, and I think we would be just fine. But Ben, if he becomes the whatever you want to call it, number one, number two option, he needs to shoot the ball. I think without Ben shooting the ball, we're going to be stuck in kind of the same idle spot, honestly.
Unless, until he shoots the ball, the only position Ben Simmons can play without shooting the ball is center.
Yeah.
And he can play center. He could be a point center, but you have Joel Embiid. You can't.
Yep.
This is the wrong team for him to not shoot the ball.
You guys think the Sixers should bring back the AI jerseys as an alternate? Man, those are my favorites. Those are my favorites. Ones. I love them.
The black ones with the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sixers fans living in Boston, we should do what Kyrie and Al did with their pick and pop. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot more games. I saw a lot more pick.
I feel for you being a Sixers fan living in Boston. That sounds like horrendous.
Oh man.
That's Al Horford played off of a point guard, and now he's playing off of a center, basically.
Yep. Sam says, if we do somehow get to the finals, who would you rather face, Clips or Lake Show? I would say, man, that's actually a hard one, though. Let me think.
Healthy Clippers?
I would say I would rather face the Lakers, to be honest. I just think the Clippers have way too much depth.
I didn't even think about the West Coast yet. Like these teams are 100% healthy.
Yep.
LeBron and AD and Kawhi and Paul George.
For the Lakers, what's his name? Avery Bradley. He's not playing though. He's sitting out, and so is Dwight Howard. So I would go with the Lakers.
That's true. Yeah. Avery Bradley's
but they still have a lot of good pieces. So I think they'll be in the finals against each other.
Healthy Clippers is dangerous.
Dude, they're so good. A guy I've said it who's one of my top free agent targets for the Sixers is Montrezl Harrell. I mean, dude's a dog. Like, imagine him as the backup center. I mean, the dude averages 18 a game, 7 rebounds off the bench with the Clippers.
Yep.
Crazy.
Luxury some of these teams have to have like your fifth option be Montrezl Harrell.
It's unbelievable. The one time Simmons got the ball against Toronto on a PNR with Embiid, top of the key, it was a dunk. Yeah. Look. And the crazy thing about it is that Ben Simmons can play either role in the pick and roll. We just don't utilize. It's like we have a whole bunch of weapons, but we just don't know how to utilize them. Like,
because when you run, even though the defense sags off, when you run a pick and roll with Ben Simmons and the defender goes behind the screen, he's still moving. And Ben still gets that guy in a vulnerable position when he's moving, and he can still blow by you. So you can still run a pick and roll, even though they're not going to come out to the 3-point line. But they just don't do it.
It's unbelievable. Ben needs a 15-foot elbow shot that'll fix 80% of the offense. Yeah.
It's absolutely true. If he hit 2 or 3 of those a game, Yep.
Brand Burner. That's looking a little more like it, but that's still too much for me. I'm sorry.
Al J. Rich Ferk, a first in 2 seconds. Holy cow.
Yeah, this dude, Brand Burner comes on with some crazy trade proposals, man.
J. Rich Ferk, a first in 2 seconds. What?
Yeah, crazy, man. Let's see.
And we don't even get Dame?
You should have seen what he said before you left.
I want Dame for that at least.
Before you had left, he had said 3 firsts, and I told him no way.
This guy's playing 2K too much.
He's a brand burner. If we somehow got Dario back, do you think that would help? Please keep Dario away from this.
Like, I love the guy. I would hug Dario Saric if I've ever met him. But I don't want to. No.
Please. No. Think you missed my one comment. Run it said you don't just teach athletic guys how to play ball. I said no. Joe was 47 years old and had 3 kids when he learned how to play ball. Oh man.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I think Joel Embiid's a rare case. He's learned how to play basketball in like 3 years.
Screw Mike Scott. Milton Korkmaz, X Factors. Great to see you back talking Sixers. Ben will kick. All the doubt will go away. Matisse will improve a lot.
Alan, my guy. He's from Australia. That's a good dude right there.
going on, man? What's going on? Hey, another name that I'm still pissed off about. I love me some James Ennis just because he brings, that fire to the court. I love James Ennis. I just think he was done so dirty.
He was.
He just sent him right out of the rotation. The dude was playing valuable playoff minutes last year. At least, 10 minutes a game.
Yep.
I mean, giving you a couple buckets. I remember he went on a tear. I loved him.
He was that kind of bench player you wanted.
Yep. He was like TJ McConnell's heart with a little more talent.
I'm telling you, man. I don't think I've ever seen a coach like see something work and be like, nah, not doing that.
Pissed me off. GR3 and Alec Keeman, Brett spoon-fed them minutes. Oh my! I mean, all these memories you guys are just triggering right now. I mean, we talked about this. Glenn. I think it was Glenn that was averaging, what was it, like 30 minutes a night, 40% from 3-point range. He comes over. He's playing 11 minutes a night. You remember he said, "I don't even know what my role is."
Yep. I mean, they were playing on the tanking Warriors at the time, but.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, it's like, don't you think, you would sit down and let them know kind of, what the game plan is? I mean, Elton Brand did acquire some shooters. He just doesn't use them.
I thought Alec Burks, just from watching him play with the Warriors, I thought he was going to be a guy that would come in and get some minutes. And it took, I think, 3 games for him to even see the floor.
Yep.
Like he sat the bench for 3 games for who's the guy that I hate? The little Brazilian point guard?
Neto.
Yeah. How are we not playing Alec Burks over Raul Neto game 1?
Crazy.
As soon as he gets off the flight, put him in.
Unbelievable. Why do we draft so many busts in the lottery? Who knows? Let's see. What is going on?
Better scorer, but I'm taking LeBron in the playoffs.
Comments are coming crazy.
Kawhi's a better scorer, but I'm taking LeBron in the playoffs. Oh, man. And I'm a LeBron James advocate, but I'm probably taking Kawhi at this point in his career.
Yeah. You think about it, we could have drafted Greek Freak and Devin Booker while trusting the process. Think about that. I'm gonna just let that resonate.
Nobody really saw the Greek Freak. That was a sleeper pick. But yeah, Devin Booker. What was he number? I think he was 9th that year after we drafted Okafor.
Yeah. Even a guy like even though we've had some beef, like Donovan Mitchell, I think he went like later on in the lottery, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. Yep. I remember his summer league. I'm like, who is this dude? He was dunking on everybody in summer league.
Yep. Can blame Colangelo. 50th like. What's going on? Appreciate you, man. Hey, still 60 people strong up in here. 60 people strong. If you guys have not yet, sub up the channel, like the stream. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate the support.
That's nice to know. We're not the only people, desperate for sports talk right now.
I'm telling you, man. I'm loving these live streams. We definitely gotta, do these more. I mean, I love this. This is my favorite part right now. Just interacting with the people. But yeah,
it's cool.
This one gets me. Remember KJ McDaniels?
There's a girl on my Twitter that's lives in Houston, I think, and I remember when that trade happened, and she tweeted something about how much they fleeced the Sixers by getting KJ McDaniels, and I was like, KJ McDaniels is garbage, bro. Are you kidding? He can't play basketball at all, and I don't think he saw hardly any minutes when he went to the Rockets. Man. He caught that one alley-oop dunk off of Tony Roten, no look. That was the
Tony Roten.
That was the process highlight.
Process Warriors.
Tony Roten to KJ McDaniels.
Sheesh. Would a Harold trade be realistic? Hey, he's going to be a free agent. The Clippers will not be able to afford him. I'm telling you.
He's going to get paid. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be in LA. He's going to get paid.
I think Horford is truly untradeable. I mean, I would hope not.
The contract is almost impossible.
Yeah. Embiid and Burks pick and roll should happen more. Yeah, we both agree with you on that.
Yeah. I love Alec Burks on a pick and roll.
Sixers would end up having to trade one of their assets, starters and other assets like picks. Oh, no. Oh, Rick, I'm sorry, man. It says Sixers need a leader like Kyle Lowry. Anybody but Kyle Lowry. Please, no. I can't do that one. Not Kyle Lowry, please. And I'm a Nova stan. I love Nova, but Kyle Lowry is one guy. Keep him away from me.
real Philly heads that watch basketball. I think people are like, "Oh, Kyle Lowry's from Philly," but real Philly heads that watch basketball are like, Kyle Lowry plays like a What word can I use on YouTube?
I don't know.
He came in flopping in the All-Star game.
Oh man,
he came in flopping in the All-Star game.
Crazy, bro. Bradley Beal would be great with Ben. I would love Bradley Beal. I just don't see any way it happens. I just don't see any way at all.
Yeah, I would love Bradley Beal too. He's just Washington Wizards are always going to hold on to like one player. They're never going to be good, but they're always going to give that player $200 million.
Jay Rich, Jamal Crawford type player should be coming off the bench. Yeah, man. Jay Rich will probably end up transitioning to the bench eventually. What's going on, Philly Fresh? Says, yo, what's good, y'all? Who do you think should start, Shake or Thibault? My guy, Philly Fresh, on the road to 1K subs, almost there.
Philly Fresh, let's go.
And Sixers. Hey, that's my guy, man.
Definitely got to 1K.
Hey, Philly Fresh is a real one, man. Appreciate him. To answer your question, as of right now, I would say neither until I think it depends game by game. If I had to pick one, I would say Shake Milton.
Yeah, alongside Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Thibault is just a great, like, 6th, 7th man on a rotation. Thibault just for defense. Yeah, but he's going to make an impact. I'm telling you.
I've never been so hyped for on-ball defense before Matisse Thibault. It's so much fun to watch.
I tell you, he sees plays before they happen.
He does. Picks it.
And he's a rookie. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ben will make LeBron retire a year sooner. Interesting. Well-rested LeBron with a well-rested AD.
I mean, well-rested LeBron is still 35 years old, I think, 34. But
yeah,
don't count out LeBron in his last 3-4 years.
Who do you guys believe is the greatest Sixer of all time? I believe it's Wilt. I'm going to have to go AI.
Well, I actually saw a conspiracy theory that Wilt Chamberlain never existed. Dead serious. They're like, there's no, they're like the 100-point game, all that stuff. I've never seen video of it. There's only a picture.
It sucks. Imagine if that was true, though.
I know. And every chart, it's like you're in first place except for Wilt Chamberlain. He's like through the roof beyond anybody.
Crazy.
It's like, oh, you had 17 rebounds a game. Wilt Chamberlain had 65.
I mean, it is kind of crazy when you think about it. I'm not gonna lie.
He was just I guess you got to give it to him. He was way ahead of his time. He was probably like an NBA player right now playing in the 50s.
I just think like where athletes were at, like in terms of their build, he was just that much different. Like I would have liked to see it.
He was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, it's like he kind of had
rebound games.
Yeah, crazy.
I would quit. This guy got 50 rebounds. I would quit.
Yeah, crazy. What's going on, Asia Roberson? Appreciate you for tuning into the chat. Appreciate the super chat. Says, what up, RB? I was loving that video about Mahomes. I was dying all through the video. What up, DJ Eastland? But
Asia, what's up?
Appreciate you, Asia, for stopping by. Always showing love and support in the chat. That Mahomes video, I got a lot of pissed off Cowboys people yesterday. It was great. I mean, I
gotta watch that. I didn't see it.
Oh, you gotta watch it, man. I mean, I was just going off, just laughing at the Cowboys because the Mahomes got paid
yeah.
And now the price is gonna go all the way up. But appreciate you for stopping by, Asia.
Because he got a franchise tag, right?
Yeah, he's either going to play on a tag for 30 mil or get overpaid for a good 44 or 45 mil or whatever.
They're in a bad position.
They are. They have a lot of guys that are getting paid over 20 million a year. It's crazy.
Dak's not that good.
No, he's not worth that. He's not. And that's why I say the Wentz contract is unbelievable. It's crazy. He's like 7th in the league now in terms of per year salary. Let's see. Can't wait to see JR with LeBron again. Hey, I have some fond memories watching those games last time.
Did you see all the memes where they put the Lakers jersey on him where he's screaming at him?
It's great. It's great. I mean, I've watched some funny games in my life, but I mean that has to be up there. Just given the stake of the game and
Oh
like,
my
how do
god,
you
bro!
zone out at that point?
I remember like, wait, what is he doing? Why did he put it up? He just dribbles to half court.
Hey, I felt bad for LeBron, and I really did. I don't feel bad for LeBron a lot, but
Oh
like
man,
the people he was playing with, like, forgive me if I don't like watching Matthew Dellavedova in the finals.
dude, he had nobody left on that team. That was the
Jordan,
year. Was that the year that Kyrie and Kevin Love both were injured?
yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He had what was it? Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr. It
Yeah.
was nuts. Baffles me that Brett barely runs pick and roll. Yeah, I mean, look at our size, look at our length, and imagine having Ben at one end and Joe at the other. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We say the same things, guys.
He should have been gone, but at the same time, the owner doesn't know anything about sports, so that's the guy that has to fire him.
My heart wouldn't let me trade either one, but which one of our guys would you pair with Kawhi Leonard? I mean, if I had to, I would probably say Joel Embiid.
Oh, which one will we trade for Kawhi?
Yeah, like if we could pair Kawhi with one of the guys we have, who would it be? I would say Joel.
Yeah. Yeah. If I wanted to win a championship immediately last year, I would have traded Ben for Kawhi easily. But at Ben at 23 years old, I'm not going to do it.
Sixers offense needs more pick and roll bully ball. Yep. Would have been better to waive Scott than Ennis. Yeah. Once Brett's gone, our offense won't be so clunky. Ennis took a step back this year. He was missing point blank layups. I just don't think he had a chance to get his groove, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember any James Ennis point blank layups, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like a couple, but he really, I mean, he went from, playing like 8 minutes a game. Like it just didn't make sense. Didn't make sense.
Still, one of those bench players is they're not starter kind of caliber players. They're going to have those boneheaded kind of plays.
Right. And it's one of the most natural offensive rebounders under 6'10" that I've ever seen. He definitely has a knack for offensive putbacks. Yeah, he plays hard. That's what I love.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
He'd have some dunks too once in a while that he would like hammer out of nowhere. He'd be like, "Yo, that was James Ennis."
Yep. Need a full native Philadelphia YouTuber show. Hey, got some big things coming for you guys. I'm telling you. Let's see. I remember KJ's mom more than KJ, if I'm being totally honest. Oh, man. Kenny Atkinson would be a terrible head coach because he believes in the motion offense. And we run into the same problem.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm so sick of watching this motion offense.
We should trade for Drew Holiday. He'd be the perfect two-guard, solid score, high-level defender. I still love Drew Holiday, and I miss him. I miss him, Lou Will. Man, those are some days.
He's been underrated his whole career.
Mm-hmm. And he's still playing good ball, And
he's a great defender.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons needs to be involved with setting screens. Yeah, Ben Simmons is big. People even though he plays the point, he's big. It's crazy.
That's what it kind of turned into when Brett Brown kind of started getting into a groove. It was Ben and Joel, and then Joel went off, and Ben played the center basically.
Yep.
And he was a point center running pick and rolls, and he was dominating.
That's my thing. Like Ben can do so much, and the fact that people even utter the words "trade Ben Simmons" is just blasphemy to me. The guy's 23 years old.
I talk my stuff on Ben Simmons, but no,
and he can do literally everything in the book except one. And he's good. I mean, he has to develop it eventually. I don't see him not at least shooting the ball. I mean, like I said, I've seen his jump shot develop over the last 3 years. He just isn't shooting it in the game yet. But the dude is a jump shot away, really, from being a top player in the league.
Yeah. If he's 27 and he still has the same issue,
then there's a problem with this organization.
That too. Yeah. But at 20, you're not trading anybody with that kind of upside at 23. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. A guy who can't shoot the ball got a max contract.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. What would a trade with Beal look like? To me, it would be at least like 2 first rounders, honestly.
Yeah.
But still, he's getting paid a lot.
Is he on a what's his contract look like?
He just got like an extension for like
Oh yeah, he did.
It was like 3-4 year, 100 mil at least onto what he already has, something like that. I forget.
If the money works and you get him for 5 years,
Yeah.
we're not that good at drafting anyway. I'd give up 2 first rounders.
Do you think signing Horford was questionable in the first place? This is a good question. I'll give my quick thoughts on it. I didn't think it was a terrible signing at first. But as I saw how our head coach used it and didn't adapt at all, and then I started to realize how much he got paid. I'm not gonna say at that time it was terrible. I don't think it was terrible.
So I went through a roller coaster of emotions when this happened. Like first when I was watching ESPN like free agent time or whatever it was.
It was crazy.
People are tweeting we're about to sign Al Horford, and I was like, why would we ever do that? I thought we wanted a shooter, and then I was so pissed off for like a week, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is going to be the best defensive team we've ever seen in the history of basketball. So then I was on board. I'm like, oh my God, we're like the Monstars in Space Jam. Nobody can score in the paint.
Oh man.
And then I watch them play, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is as bad as I thought it was going to be initially before I changed my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I thought at a point I was like, yeah, Elton's getting ahead of the curve a little bit, but then just seeing how they're utilized together and no adjustments or nothing, it's just sad, man.
Either way, sports philosophy at the age of 33 or 34, it's a 1-year test contract. That's it. You might be done when you're 35. You don't sign somebody till they're 38.
My problem is that, like, as much as I agree with that, I just have a hard time believing that Al Horford fell off the face of the planet. As much as people have wanted me to believe that, I cannot just, okay, maybe he regressed a little bit, but he did not go from what I saw last year to what I've seen this year. I cannot believe it. I just can't.
Yeah, you're right. It might be 100% philosophy.
And that's what I'm saying. If Brad Stevens was able to make Al Horford look that good, imagine if we played him in the first round. I mean, you don't even hear Al Horford's name. Sheesh. Drew Holiday.
A lot.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Matisse a steal. I think he was at this point.
Oh, definitely a steal. Steal.
Jay Rich could be really good if Brett would stop trying to complicate his role. He wants to have 3 Shake Miltons instead of playing Shake. There you go, Eric.
He's right, man.
Man. Joey Shakes up in the chat. What's going on, Joey? Appreciate you for being in here, my guy. Another Eagles content creator. I mean,
Joey Shakes
does his stuff, man. Appreciate you being up in here, Joey. Definitely got to get on something with you soon. Absolutely was a steal. Yep. I mean, the kid's way ahead of his years. Kid's way ahead.
Yeah, he's so young, dude. By the time he's 25, if he has the game figured out, he's going to be a monster.
I've actually heard people compare him to Kawhi Leonard.
Well, was a Warrior longer than a Sixer, you're right.
Yep. Embiid destroys AD. No one thought he'd have an offensive game. Yeah, that's kind of why he is a steal, really. Came out knocking down shots.
I remember watching his highlights, and I'm like, I don't know. It looks like he could catch and shoot.
Yeah.
He had a little step back jump. I think I analyzed his highlight reel one time on YouTube when we drafted him. He had a little step back 3. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why everyone's mad. This guy looks like he could ball a little bit.
I think they were just mad because, I mean, we traded Carson Edwards as well. And I remember him going completely off in the March Madness. I mean, he took down my team, and he was just he was going off for like 40 a game. It was crazy.
Right.
He was just a little bit smaller.
Yeah. Size is an issue, kind of. Oh, I put Ben's jersey back up. No, my studio's upstairs, actually, but it's so damn hot in my house right now. I'm like, I can't do it. So I just hung some stuff on the wall behind me real quick to make it look like something.
What do you guys think is going to be the next LeBron super team? Here's a bold take. And I do these things on my stream now. I kind of started this thing where I say fire take and people give me some bold predictions or something like that in the chat. But here's one for you. Next LeBron super team, let me tell you. I forget how many years this is, like 3 years down the road, 4 years. LeBron reunited in Cleveland again with his son, Bronny James Jr.
Oh, my. Wow. As the coach or what?
No, playing for at least a year. LeBron's like what? He'll be like 38, something like that, 39.
Yeah,
his son.
I love LeBron, and I haven't seen him slow down a lot, but I feel like he's going so hard at mid-30s that he's gonna. Most people gradually slow down. I think LeBron is gonna have a year where he's just kind of.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We tend to see that from athletes getting in that age range.
You can't do it. You can't, bro. Like, if I tried to run against an 18-year-old kid right now, you can't do it. I'm 34. You can't do it. My ankles hurt. Everything hurts.
Yep. What do you think, though? I mean, they could be the first father-son duo to play together. I'm not going to lie.
That would be amazing. I'd be all for it.
Feel bad for LeBron. He could have had Wiggins healthy.
And they traded Wiggins.
Yeah.
They traded Wiggins for Kevin Love.
You think we should have made more trades at the deadline? I mean, I thought we were fine with what we did. I thought it was a nice trade. Get a couple perimeter shooters, a little bit of veteran experience, but it just weren't used right.
Yeah, it wasn't a big splash, but I was happy with it. I was happy they did something.
Hey, this one's for you, East. So I'm going to just let you take this one.
Oh.
This is Eastwood's favorite play from Game 7, Sixers Raptors.
It's the only play in the guy's book. It's it. No coach has ever used JJ Redick as much as Brett Brown used JJ Redick. And yeah, it came all the way down to Game 7 when Jimmy Butler should have had the ball in his hands. Who had the ball? JJ Redick. 35 feet from the basket.
Wait. Jimmy had it in his hands one time, you remember? But the shot clock ran out.
Yeah, he did.
That
was the last second pass, though.
Yeah, I'm messing with you, though. You're right.
Last possessions? JJ Redick dribble handoff with Embiid 30. One was an Embiid turnover, and one was a JJ Redick turnover. Those two guys should never have the ball out there. In Game 7 of the,
Unbelievable.
He was obsessed with JJ Redick dribble handoffs. He was obsessed with
it. Man, and right now, honestly, I miss JJ Redick. Even though we got, torched on defense in the playoffs, I just miss him.
Sixers universe, yes. Good comment. Josh Harris is the weak link because he's in charge of firing the right people, and he knows nothing about sports. Yep. He's trying to buy like a soccer team right now. He's just buying teams.
Ben has the same problem as Al. Can't protect the rim with his 6'10 frame. Not really a jumper on defense. And his wingspan is negligible. Wait, so you're saying that Ben has a problem on defense in terms of playing under the rim? Is that what you're saying?
Can't protect the rim with his 6'10 frame.
I'm not sure. I
don't think Ben gets a lot of block shots because he keeps guys away from the rim in the first place.
Yeah, he's strong.
Yeah.
Ben can at any moment flip that switch to become an MVP. Any moment, I'm telling you. Once it happens, it will be scary for the league. There's not every day where you find Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on the same team. Think about that.
I think Ben just needs to get over this. I think his whole life he's been better, bigger, stronger, faster than everybody who's ever played. So I don't want to say getting to the NBA is easy, but for somebody that's a 6'10", 240, and can handle the ball, he walked into the NBA. He didn't even have to go to college. Was a joke. He didn't care about it. He walked into the NBA. And then it's like, oh, wait, they're running schemes, and I have to actually, adapt my game. So I think the first couple of years to him is like, wait, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do second fire under him.
I'm not going to say that, I'm mad at Ben Simmons for, what's happened so far, but we even heard, remember that interview that we both went off on, months back when they were talking to Brett Brown or whatever. And he said, I asked him what I should do if you don't shoot. Like that is just the kind of, that is just the kind of thing that just hurts. Like if we had another hard, type of coach up in here, I'm sure Ben would at least be trying. I mean, he shot 2 shots this season and they both went in.
Yeah. And they look good. His elbow's in. His form looks decent for a 6'10 lefty. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So far, who's been better? Is that, I think he's saying Redick? JJ Redick or Jay Rich? I mean, I would say JJ Redick in this offense, just by how much we used him.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though every shot he made was highly contested, and then when you get a wide open one, he couldn't make it.
Hey, Sean, how long ago was this? 8 minutes? Sean, come on now. Let's stop it, okay? Come on.
He was a top 3 what? Oh, man.
I seen this a couple days ago. I don't know if you saw it. Tony Roten's trying to make a comeback to the league. Please.
Listen, if you're NBA caliber, you don't have to make a comeback. You never leave if you're NBA caliber. He's just and I loved him. I remember I used to check my sports app for the highest scorer on the Sixers, and he was at like 17 points a game. He was like top 20 in the NBA at one point. I was a Tony Roten fan, but that wasn't good basketball. That was a tanking team.
Just the process warriors that I used to call them, like, Tony Roten, all the guys we mentioned. I mean, we didn't even mention
Mute.
We didn't we didn't even mention. Can we just take 1 second to talk about what happened to Michael Carter Williams? I mean,
yeah,
shoulder surgery after his rookie year. Had one rookie of the year. I mean, I remember the first game he played, he led us to a comeback against Miami.
Yeah. And the fans hated that they traded him, but Sam Hinkie had some balls, dude. Hinkie was like, nah.
I mean, he had a shoulder surgery, which kind of went like under the radar, and he came back, and I remember he couldn't shoot for like 3 weeks, and then at the trade deadline, he's gone.
Yeah.
But crazy.
That's probably another one people don't talk about, the demise of Michael Carter Williams, because his
crazy. And the number one that we didn't even mention, that is the worst, and I'll put this up against anything all time, Andrew Bynum.
Oh yeah, easily. Never played a game.
Got hurt bowling. Crazy. All I know is
it's all going to come back around, and we're going to win like 10 championships in a row. Like the basketball gods owe it to us.
I'm telling you, if we win one, I could see us winning, 2 and 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
All the Sixers issues lead to Brett in some way. Yeah, I got to agree. How about this? What are your expectations for Toby in the playoffs? Let me ask you, and kind of like, going with this question, who do you think has to be? Let me think of how I want to ask this. Like, are we going to have that consistent score in the playoffs? Like a guy like, all right, he needs to get 25, 30 a night. Or is it going to be, Tobias one night has to go for 30. The next night, Joe has to go for 32. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what is the rhythm of this team going to be in the playoffs?
Oh, man. I think it all has to do with lineups, because Tobias Harris, I still think Tobias Harris is most comfortable at the 4. When he can spread the floor, he can catch and shoot from the 3-point line, but he can get in the paint too and post up a smaller player. He's just more comfortable at the 4. So it all has to do with that. But Tobias, in this offense, at least with Al Horford at the 4, has been like, has his 30-point games, then has his little 12-point games. But I don't want to hate on Tobias Harris. I really think it's all about fit. I just don't think the fit is great with Horford at the 4.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I would expect Joel, if he is in the right mindset, to come out and put up 30 a night. But I just don't know. Like Simmons last year, I feel like I saw games where he was just unstoppable. And then I saw other games where he just did nothing. And he didn't even want to play.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah. He's been like that, man. Right when you think he gets it going, he has a game where he has 6 field goal attempts in 38 minutes.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah. We're sitting there. We're like, what is wrong? And
then he has a game where he had 7 dunks in the first quarter.
Yeah.
How'd you have more dunks than field goal attempts in back-to-back games?
It does not make sense. And Ben Simmons, like, even when he's shooting 15 times a night, or not shooting, but, taking shots, driving into the rack, he doesn't even look tired. He doesn't. He never looks like he's out of breath or anything.
Yeah.
Murph, appreciate you, man.
I just think he gets taken out of the game defensively, and he kind of just gives up. I don't want to say gives up, but he looks like he gives up sometimes.
Yeah. Tibbs as our coach, maybe. Brett Brown dribble hand off the G League furball.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
The G League Furcon, is that who he's talking about?
Yeah.
40, when he dropped 40 in the summer league?
Crazy. Thoughts on Katie getting ownership of the Philly Union? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he did that.
Ownership of the Philly Union?
Yeah, Katie bought a stake in the Union.
It's a soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Investment. Nothing to do with sports.
He was trying to teach these young guys how to win, only to move Wiggins for another big three. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. But did LeBron James have a say in that trade? Was it
True.
LeBron himself that traded him?
Watch the game versus Atlanta where Joel was out and how the Hawks attacked the paint. Yep. Remember that one. RB, just skip my comment. My fault.
Man.
Hey, the comments. God, we are at 2 hours right now. I mean, we're probably going to go for another, 15 minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm good for 15.
But guys,
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, still got 50 people up in here. The comments are jumping. I'm trying to get to all these comments. Let's see. I would sit Ben down and say, I don't want you to take another three. I want you to shoot 15 foot and in and improve your free throws. He needs a foundation before he can start to extend.
That's true. That's the thing about today's game. Everybody's, it's tough. It's like there's no mid-range left, so you just got to shoot threes and nothing else. But maybe you do have to start at 15 and extend.
Yeah. I think his free throws did improve this year as well. I mean.
Yeah, they did. And once they started improving, then he's driving to the lane more, being more aggressive because he's not afraid to shoot free throws. Yeah, it all works together.
I mean, he's been taking some, little 5-footers, but I agree with Eric. I think he just needs to take like a set shot or two, just.
That's the crazy part. I remember watching his summer league. He was shooting elbow jumpers like nothing. Then all of a sudden it's like no shot at all. Never.
Crazy. Tony Rona's probably like, guess I can go left now. If John B were a Jedi, who would he be?
I'm not a Star Wars guy, so I don't even know what that means.
And I don't even have the brain power to think about that right now. Let's see. Sam Hinkie will forever be my favorite Sixers GM. Yeah. Hinkie died for our sins, man.
He didn't get a chance to see it through. That's the messed up part. I mean, it's not from a business standpoint. Like away teams were complaining when the Sixers come to town, they were losing money. That's how bad they were.
Yep.
So the NBA as a business was like, all right, we got to fix this a little bit. Like what's going on money wise. But I mean.
Yeah, and they still let that dude freaking run the New York Knicks. That's funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stink.
Oh, he's an owner, though.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
true.
fire the owner.
True. I thought y'all got heist with that Bynum trade.
There was a billboard.
Crazy.
There was a Bynum billboard, and he never played a game.
A billboard. What do you guys think about D-Jax? I made a video about this. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but just not a smart thing to do.
No, not a smart thing. Not in the political climate we are currently in. No, not a smart thing to do. But also, the Philadelphia Eagles need a deep threat, and I will do time in prison for Deshaun Jackson's hate crimes.
There you go. Horford deal never made sense. The spacing isn't where it needs to be. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just don't understand what, like, I would love to know what the conversation was. if there was any. Like, I mean, did Elton even talk to Brett? You know, like how are we going to use Al Horford? I mean, is he going to be? He basically tried to use him as a stretch four, which he's not.
Isn't it just so fitting that an old school center is the guy that made these decisions?
Yeah, and he was Al Horford's teammate. He was Al's teammate.
But it's like, do you ever play basketball with a center? He doesn't even know what the point guard's doing. So Elton Brand might not even know the rest of the game. He might just know the center position. And let's just get a bunch of big guys because I don't even know what else happens.
It's crazy. Someone explained to me where Al's value comes from at any point in his career other than setting screens. Never understood the hype. He's near 7 feet and can't rebound or block shots.
Well, I don't think a lot of people watched him in Boston before he came to Philly.
Yeah.
I understand these kind of comments if you just watched him when he came to Philly.
Yeah.
But he killed us all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
he would get picking pops and I'd be like, that's not going in. Bang, bang, bang.
And I mean, if you really want to know his value, I'd say the best thing you can look at is watch what he did to Joel Embiid. Like, there's not many guys who can do that to Joel Embiid.
Yeah, he harassed him, shut him down.
Which is why I thought, you know, given what we would have in the paint, I mean, it would be unstoppable, you know, but I don't know. I mean, we joke about it all the time, the 4-forward lineup.
Yeah, 4 forwards, man. It really is. Point guard that won't shoot, that's a forward.
Oh, man.
Tobias Harris is a forward. Yeah, it's 4 forwards.
Answer for us to win is committee, and everyone stepped their game up collectively 10% each round. If our 3 put pressure on themselves to go for a 30 for a series, they're going to gas out. That's an interesting comment. Let me think about that. I think it makes sense, but at the end of the day, I feel like you just need to have that star in a playoff series, and they need to be dominant, you know? But my question is more so, I agree with Eric, but my question is, and you guys let me know in the chat, or you can let me know, who is the knockdown guy, right? Fourth quarter, tough situation, maybe a potential game-winning shot. Who are we going to? Who are we going to with the ball? I can't see it being Joel Embiid. You know, we throw it into the paint. He's getting absolutely swarmed. You kick it out to Ben Simmons. He's not shooting. Tobias.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's like we have a bunch of great players, but not that one that's going to take that shot. It has to be, at this point, it just has to be Embiid in the paint. And if they double, you kick it out for a last second 3, or he tries to bully his way to the rim.
Who's taking the 3, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess whoever's open, Jake Milton.
Literally the best play I've probably seen Brett Brown call this year was when Furkan Korkmaz hit that game winner against Portland. And Al Horford set the best screen I've ever seen in my life. And it was just designed so perfect, and Furkan did it. But
yeah, he called a perfect play. It was amazing.
I don't know. Hell no on Tibbs as coach. I'd rather blow the team up first. Oh, man. Wish we could steal Lloyd Pierce. That's a good one. Brett still tries to develop G Leaguers while we're trying to win a chip. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. That's what I said about that Zaire Smith trade. Like, you're like, okay, I got Embiid and Simmons now. I need pieces to fill in. No, let's trade him for another project. It doesn't make any sense.
You know what's crazy, though? Like, I don't understand, like, what goes through his head. In terms of, you know, I don't understand what goes through the Sixers' head in terms of Brett Brown was honestly ideally supposed to be the process guy. Like, he was supposed to bear the brunt of just losing and losing. So what makes it come to this point where he's being extended after literally, you know, we get all these, we get these stars, this talent, you know, like what makes it to that point?
2 hours into the live stream, this is what happens.
What's going on, Kat? What's going on? There you go.
All right, I'm sorry. Back to your...
No, you're good. I just don't understand how Brett is still the coach after the process days. He was He was designed to lose games. Like, that's what he was for. And even understand.
Yeah, when they signed him to 3 extra years after the process, I was actually in support of it because I was like, this guy never had any players. You know what I mean? I was not focused on Brett Brown's coaching all of those process years because it was just Isaiah Cannons and shit chucking up. You know, it wasn't anything to work with.
Yeah.
And then he got Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. And it's like clear now. Like, we gave you all this talent. You can't do it.
Crazy.
So Robertson, thank you for saying my cat's cute. Thank you.
So my Yankees are playing your Phillies this summer. As Michael Strahan would say, we're going to stomp you out. Nah. Phillies all day. Phillies all day.
Is the baseball season confirmed?
Yeah. They have they have a schedule in place. We're supposed to start on like the July 24th, I think.
Oh, that's pretty exciting too.
60 games. It's going to be weird.
I got a lot to catch up on, man. Wow.
Yeah. 60 game season, universal DH. It's going to be crazy.
No fans.
Yep.
Wow.
I was so frustrated with Roko's missed point blank layups. I was frustrated with Roko. Like, how are you a forward and you don't learn how to put the ball on the floor? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not even just that he couldn't dribble a basketball. He would try to all the time. If I knew I couldn't dribble a basketball, I would never try to. He would always be like, all right, I'm about to go in and like dribble it off the side of his foot.
I can't believe what the Rockets did with him, like making him the biggest guy on the floor. Like,
yeah. Oh, that was insane. Small ball 5, Robert Covington. That's just
crazy.
Bad.
70% from the line. Makes him a threat. You could leave him in a game fourth. Yeah. If you swap Simmons for Giannis because of the supporting cast, I feel like Simmons' game would go to the next level. He needs to be surrounded by shooters. What would you say to that? Do you think we can win a chip with Ben and Joel?
But if you swap Simmons for Giannis because of the supporting cast in Milwaukee,
yeah,
he's saying if Ben played on Milwaukee, his game would go to the next level.
Yeah, but basically saying like surround him with just shooters. But what do you think? Do you think we can win a chip with Ben and Joe together?
I think so. Yeah, I think so with the right players around him. But I also think Ben Simmons' game would be best and Joel Embiid's game would probably be best.
Yeah, I agree.
Separate. But we have both of them, so I'm not complaining.
Yep. Jordan playing the NBA, the way he played, he'd still dominate without having to change his game. Yeah, I think he would too.
Oh, he would definitely still dominate. But I think he would change his game, though. Well, like, that's a lot of people say Jordan didn't shoot threes, and I'm like, they didn't shoot threes back then. If Jordan came in 2005, he'd be practicing the same way everyone's practicing, and he'd be the best three-point shooter then. He would just, that's how he was.
Horford deal was more about eliminating an opponent that consistently frustrated Embiid. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it was about eliminating him, but they also thought that they were going to pair them together.
First 5 games of the season were bully ball. Then Brett Brown happened and brought in furball.
It was exactly what it was supposed to be, like the first 5 games, and then it all came crashing down.
Jimmy J's up in here. Celtics troll. It's always up in my videos. Celtics defense still better without Horford. Nah, I disagree. 100%.
Celtics defense better without Horford? No.
Yeah, disagree. I mean, we would torch you guys in a playoff series in terms of Joel Embiid. I mean, he would eat Daniel Tice alive.
Right now? Yeah, well, didn't they see that at the last matchup? The Celtics have no big guys at all.
Nah, their best big guy is Daniel Tice or Enes Kanter.
Yeah.
And that's baby food for Joel.
Yeah.
Only one Warriors. No one can convince me that every team has to play like them. Yeah, I agree. And that's why I think that we were trying to change the narrative. But
You're right, Eric, because I think when the Warriors happened, everybody thought this is the new NBA, but really that's a freak nature type of team. Like, you're not getting 3 of the best shooters of all time on a team.
If Raul Neto gets playoff minutes, I'm gonna Brett Brown.
Oh man, he's going to. I'm not even gonna.
If he does, you already know what's coming.
I'm going to expect it just so I'm not so surprised.
If Horford was playing a Chris Bosh type of role instead of trying to play him like Dario, he'd be successful. There you go. I mean, I agree. Beats a guy down low. It's like Brett has to have a 6'10 dude out from 30 feet from the rim.
Has to.
Oh, man. I don't know why he's obsessed. According to DJ Eastwood, and I've been watching him a long time, there's two things that are always consistent with the Sixers. We love Australian players, and we love 3 forwards or more on the floor at one time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. He'd rather Kyle O'Quinn be on the floor than somebody that fits the offense a little better.
Yep.
Has to be a forward.
I'd give it to Jay Rich, Tobias, and then Alec Burks to create for the last shot. Yeah, I mean...
Right. But that's kind of what we're saying about the state of this team. Like, when Josh Richardson is a guy you're looking for to ice the game.
Yep. In the fourth, I'm going to Redick. Oh, right? He's in New Orleans now. There you go. First time he's not going to make the playoffs.
And I knew that wasn't just about money when he left as fast as he did.
No way.
And he'll never say it because JJ Redick will never come out and say it. But
yeah, I mean, he kind of did say it on the Jimmy Butler podcast, like very subtle.
Yeah, he did.
Kind of said like,
kind of laughing and agreeing or whatever.
Said, like, he brought me in for an exit meeting, and I already knew I was out of there.
Yeah, it was like, all right, day one of free agency. Oh, JJ Redick's gone.
He was the
first 2 minutes
thing, but he was already off the board like right away. What about Shake Milton? I'm not sure what that references, but talking about last option. Is that what you're talking about? Have Shake Furk, and the ball goes to whichever one is open. Hey, I mean, I guess that's what we're gonna have to live with, but
neither are very experienced.
If you don't change your defensive system to allow more pressuring, then what difference does complaining do, Brett? Yeah.
Wait, what did Brett say about defense? Did I miss this?
I think they were saying, like, in the press conference a couple days ago that he was saying we need to work on defense.
What an idiot. You've had 3 years to work on defense.
Crazy.
This is the guy that played TJ McConnell over Markelle Fultz and literally said for defensive reasons. TJ McConnell. He played TJ McConnell and said it was for defensive reasons. That's unbelievable.
Look, I loved me some TJ McConnell. I really did, just by how he played. Right. But I mean, that's one of the things that hits me in the face when I say Brett does not like to play youth. It's Kel literally had I think it was the last game of the season. He had a triple double.
Uh-huh.
He had like 8 nice games that he was coming around. Yeah. I mean, why not even try him when we're getting obliterated by the Celtics? Nothing works.
It was a game where Markelle had 16 points at halftime. I remember it. And he didn't play him the second half. And Ty Johnson and the girl on the postgame show were going off on Brett Brown. Like, this guy's 16 at halftime and didn't play a minute in the second half. And he said he put TJ McConnell in his place for defensive reasons. And I'm like, okay, but you couldn't, like, switch again at some point in the second half?
Unbelievable.
And also, TJ McConnell's a scrapper, but, like, diving on the floor is not defense. It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, like, body in front of people. That's not defense. That's like people saying Allen Iverson was a great defender. Like, no, he got a lot of steals because he's quick. That's not what a great defender is.
I can't with him. I can't. Reputation among the league, they can't just fire him. It would look bad. I don't agree with that. I mean, I think he should already been going.
Yeah, it looks bad now. The rest of the NBA is like, why didn't they fire this guy yet?
We have a plethora of streak shooters, need to move the ball around in those situations to who's hot or who has the best look. Yeah, I agree with that at this point. But at the same time, what I'm thinking is they're going to put all the pressure on those guys.
They are. There's not enough of them on the floor at the same time. It's always 4 forwards and 1 guy.
Yep. You think it will benefit as there are no home games? But we already answered this. We think that it'll still hurt just given that, we're not going to have those fans at the Wells Fargo, really. But it could help a guy like Ben who needs to have pressure taken off his shoulders. Maybe he'll come out and try to knock one down.
Somebody said that earlier, and it was a good point. I think Ben Simmons might just shoot the ball with no fan pressure.
Yep. And we're going to get to some more of these comments, and we'll be up on here for 5 more minutes. I want to get one last question in from Eastwood. And by the way, I love doing this. Still got 50 people strong up in here. You guys are some real ones. If you have not yet, please like the stream, subscribe to both channels. We'll be doing this more often. Yeah, some of the best Sixers energy up on here. But while I read some of these comments, comment in the chat. What are the expectations ultimately for the Philadelphia 76ers? Where do you think that we end in this playoff run? And let me know what happens. Does Brett get fired? Do we win the championship? And does he still get fired? Let me know how far the Sixers will go into these playoffs. Let me know maybe, who beats us or whatever. I don't know. Just let me know in the chat. But let me get some more of these comments and I'll get your opinion on it.
Right, give me 1 minute and I'm going to finish it out.
Yep. Brett, I was with him, but now that the players don't respect him, he has to go. Yeah, that's the thing. They've just lost belief in Brett at this point. And a lot of us have, but I'm not saying he's the worst coach ever, but he's not the guy to take us to that next level, DJ should be the next head coach when Brett Brown finally gets out of Philly. There you go. Kenny Atkinson could be a potential name, but let's see. Let's see. I think that Bryce Harper will dominate now that his former team. Yeah, I think Bryce is going to dominate for many years. Let's see. Gave Brown grief tonight. If he goes with his gut and plays vets over the young guns, we could succeed. Young guns would crack under the playoff heat quicker. I still think we need to utilize our young pieces, though. I do. Asia Roberson asks how your kid is doing.
Oh, he's great. He's asleep on the couch. He's been asleep for the first 10 minutes of this thing. He was still awake, but
yeah. Ooh. My guy Merge.
Eric, you don't think Jordan would learn how to shoot threes in a 3-point era?
Yeah, the Knicks are just a bad franchise.
They did trade the unicorn for Dennis Smith Jr.
Yeah. Sean McQuestion. Thanks for answering my question, guys. Just want to hear some process nostalgia. Yeah. Brought back some great memories, Sean, with Tony Roten.
Did.
Who's the unicorn? Zingis.
Kristaps Porzingis. I think I'm going to start buying processed jerseys, just to wear them as a nostalgia kind of thing. Who walks around in a Lexi Shved jersey,
Oh, man. This is a name that I'm definitely is near the top of my list. Mark Jackson. I think it'd be great for the Sixers.
Yeah. Well, easily better than Brett Brown.
Yep. Rank order for bench rotations. Horford, Burks. I think that's good. Even though I might have Thibault at the 7th man, but I like it.
Yeah, if Horford's coming off the bench, definitely get Embiid out. And Horford's definitely first off the bench, but I think Matisse.
Yeah.
I think Matisse needs 15 minutes a game.
Yeah. Embiid's got to get a little bit better on his threes, though. He kind of regressed.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to semi-defend Brett on that one. Fultz was a foul machine. It was like Jonah Bolden on defense before Jonah Bolden.
Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. Yeah, he was long and inexperienced. I didn't probably notice how much he was fouling people.
Yep. All right, but at this point, I see people are answering the question I asked. So, Eastwood, let me get your prediction, man. Let me hear. How far do you think the Sixers go? And what is the ultimate fate of it? Do we lose, and who do we lose to? What happens? Let me know.
Man, I want to be optimistic. It's just such a weird time and a weird situation to make a prediction, but I think they have a good chance. If what you said, if Brett Brown comes out and starts Horford at the 4, then we're done. But if he does what he should do, which he's never done, They have serious potential, man. Shake Milton was playing great before all this stuff happened. It's a tough team to put together. It's like you got to run two separate lineups. When Embiid comes out, Simmons at the center position sometimes. I'm not saying Brett has an easy job with this roster construction, but how far do we go, man? I don't know. I think we might win I think we might beat Miami and play Toronto. That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm going to agree with you. I think we are a second round exit again. I mean, I would hope we don't lose in the first round. That'd be terrible. But yeah, I think we're going to end up playing Miami or Boston first round. I think we'll probably end up winning that 6 or 7 games. But come second round, I don't see us beating Milwaukee or Toronto. I don't. And if we
I don't either.
Especially if we play Toronto, I just don't see it happening. I mean, the fact that where we are at now is just kind of, screwed us over, really. But so we're thinking second round
But
next.
I hope they prove me wrong.
Yeah, me too. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always going to say
at the end of the day, as much as I want Brett Brown to get fired, I still am going to watch every game.
Oh yeah,
hoping for a win. I'm always, what I mean. But
always got to bring, Eastern Conference Final.
Realistically, yeah.
Think the dark horse finally wins. Sixers get the chip. There you go. Hoisting the trophy and Brett getting fired at the parade. I love it, man. I love it.
No, they would sign him to a 4-year extension.
I mean, if we, end up getting to the Eastern Conference Finals or something, or even whatever, and they bring him back and say, because of everything that happened, he didn't get a fair shot. I mean, please. Matchup against Heat in the first round and have an unfortunate first round exit. There you go. Eastern Conference Finals and Toronto sweeps us a day after we get swept. Brett gets fired.
Yeah, that's the thing with this. There's no home, there's no away. So it almost like the 7-game series and getting swept. It's like, okay, this team got us, but we're going back home. We got the energy. Like there's none of that.
Oh.
So you probably could get easily swept by the better team.
Who'd the Sixers get? Hey, we already answered that, but yeah, we already answered that. Do you think Harper would dominate? Yeah, I think Harper's going to dominate.
I love Bryce Harper, but I mean,
yeah,
I thought he kind of dominated last year. He had a couple slumps, but it's the happiest I've been to be a Phillies fan in a long time, so I'm happy with it.
My expectations for the Sixers is we're either going to lose in the second round or Eastern Conference Finals and fire Brett during the offseason. There you go. Super hot take. Hey, my guy Superhero, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you being up in here. One of my OGs for sure. Says Dawn Staley, the South Carolina women's coach. Realistically, give me Stan Van Gundy.
I'll take Dawn Staley. I don't care. That's Deuce Staley's sister, first of all. Yep. I like that.
That'd be crazy. I subscribe to one channel. What's the other one so I can subscribe to that too? Hey, I don't know if you're in my chat or not, but I got the links. We have the links in the description. Philly Take with RB, Running Back Podcast.
Terrence Hamilton. I think I recognize that name.
Yeah. But links are in the description if you want to subscribe, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
Yep. Still 55 people strong. You guys are amazing, man. We got a lot of good Sixers stuff coming up. Also, this is Sixers Universe. That's going to be my Philly podcast channel. I knew it had to be something because Superhero always comes in here giving some crazy insight.
Oh, that was you, Sixers Universe. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
It makes sense now. Superhero's the guy.
That's good, man.
Scutter Butter, of course, says, LOL, I still got a Nick Stauskas jersey.
Oh, Nick Stauskas, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still talking about Jordan shooting threes.
Yeah. What's going on, Mega? Appreciate you for stopping by to the stream, man. Y'all got to figure out a way to get Van Vliet. He would take y'all to the next level. Yeah, I made a top free agent target video. He's on there. He
should be on there.
Guys opting not to play. I like our chances. There you go. Green Legion, what's good? Says, go Sixers. We have a chance, and we need to be thankful for that. However, 37 years is too much.
Wow, it's been that long.
Sheesh.
83.
Sheesh. I wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive either.
Thanks,
1983, yeah.
Sixers assistant coaches are so trash. We never talk about them. Who are they? Hey, actually, the one guy, Joseph Blair, is who everyone, finds their way to during the timeout breaks. I don't get it.
I would take an assistant coach over Brett Brown right now. I don't know any of their names.
Some of the assistants we had are head coaches now, like Monty Williams.
Oh, yeah. People talk a lot about Monty Williams. We let him slide.
God has given us the ultimate solid. There you go. If they win the chip, I'll go to the parade. Yeah, I'll be right there with you. Imagine thinking the Sixers beat the Celtics. I think the Sixers will beat the Celtics. I made a video about it. I was very unbiased in the video, but we have the best dominating matchup in the whole series. So
yeah, just watch the last game they played, man.
Yeah, we have their number this year too. But
what can you do with Enes Kanter versus Joel Embiid and Al Horford? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Only thing they would do is send 2 or 3 guys at Joe, which they do, but he still can't stop him. A featherless flamingo would be a better coach than Brett. There you go. Where can I watch the press conference? I don't think you can watch it. I think you just get the update from it. Yeah. You just got to look at the tweets and stuff. Mizzy, whoa, this was great, guys. Much appreciated. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, definitely, bro. We're definitely about to get up out of here. But yeah, we got a lot of second rounds, a lot of Eastern Conference Finals. Whatever happens, we know what's needed. We know the steps that are needed to take the next step for this team to contend for championships. So, with that being said, Bucks versus Lakers. Sixers bound to run up the score. Not know that Deuce and Dawn were related.
Yeah, bro. You never looked at them. Look at them, bro. They're identical. Yeah. That's Deuce's sister, yeah.
Be posting my first vid in a couple of hours or a couple of days. I want to buy Synergy and be able to post video clips. Hey, definitely show his channel some love, man. Always showing love up in here.
Superhero, we got you. We'll be on there showing love.
Hit you up with that sub, man. Let's see. Y'all making me feel old. I was 3 in 83.
Hey, someone older than me. Hell yeah. I was born in 86.
I was born in 99. Dang.
Damn.
Whole point is that you are the head coach. Kemba versus Big Ben, right? Right. But at this point, fellas, appreciate all the 53 of you that are still up in here. You guys are some real ones. Went 2.5 hours tonight. First stream, we were able to get my guy DJ Eastwood up on here. Been trying for a minute. Glad he's kind of back in the groove of things. Let us know. Do you guys want us to keep, doing these streams every week? I loved it tonight. The comments were coming crazy. Good energy. I love talking some Sixers. And, you just being one of my favorite YouTubers in general, it's awesome that we're up on here talking.
Yeah, man. Thanks for inviting me. It was fun. You're right. The chat kind of runs the questions. And yeah, man, I had a good time.
I will say during this time, it's been, I'll say a little more easygoing. It helps get through the week, having a couple streams or whatever, just interacting with the people. I love it, but definitely let us know if you guys want us to do this again. Appreciate everyone that stopped by. A lot of people up in here, but with that being said, I go by RB. Philly take with RB.
You can tell our age difference with how much I'm yawning. You're wide awake.
There you go. But I go by RB. Philly take with RB.
DJ Eastwood, run it back.
And appreciate you guys. We will catch you on the next one.